Like, what is the thing called that is making it do that sound?
A fart is a fart. It's not called a. You know, I'm not like, bro. Last night I made a.
But that's
that's
crazy.
Also, let's be honest, dude. I can only tape so much to my nutsack. So like every time I go in and come back, like I gotta re-up my nutsack.
No, it's the safest bet.
Yeah.
Rash from the sticky on the sticker, not from the drugs, and they happen to be people who don't know anything about drugs. Yeah.
So what's happening to the chickens? Because I'm realizing for this trend to be like,
What the fuck is Twinkle Prog? Anyone know what that is?
Prague is going to be fun. Some prog rock.
Progressive?
Okay.
Is it like
Twinkle
prog
rock.
Are you thinking the city?
Because I think I'm peaking. Peaking.
Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast.
I'm peaking. Why'd you say it like that?
Why not?
You gave it like you were actually coming down from the peak, like it was a roller coaster.
Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast.
I like
How's
that less.
I like
that less. Okay.
Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast.
Anyways, question of the day today is, what is the worst EDM set that you would like removed from your memory bank?
I have an answer to that. I have a very good answer to that, but I'm not going to say the artists' names.
Okay.
Because I feel like that'd be rude. It was like, it's not their fault. It's definitely not their fault. But it was a Under the Brooklyn Bridge kind of set. I'm not going to, again, there's been plenty of artists who played there, so you won't be able to figure it out. But these two particular artists I'm big fans of, and the worst fucking sets I've ever seen ever was Under the Brooklyn Bridge. Audio was garbage. The production was garbage. They clearly were playing for themselves because then transitions were terrible. Like, dead ass, my family in Thailand can transition better than them.
Everyone in the comments right now, that was nice, by the way. Everyone in the comments right now is going to be like looking them up and just be like, oh, do you mean this person?
I'm not going to say anything, because here's the thing. And people don't know this. One of them is the artist that like got me into EDM, but not Dash Berlin, because that's a completely different artist. It's another artist that's not Dash Berlin. And I'm like, that like I expected better, and it's just you know, when you have like sound quality all the way in the front, it stayed in the front. We're all in the back. It's just, I don't know. It was just not a great experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like New York people kind of suck. And I'm not trying to be like a dickhead about it.
Well,
but
yeah,
like,
they're more like aggressive.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
at that particular show, no one was really dancing. No one was like, don't get me wrong. We went to Millennium the next day, and the vibes were still kind of weird. Like people don't say excuse me in New York. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, just go. Like I don't need you to say excuse me.
That's
Yeah.
excuse me. I just, in New York, you were walking too slow. It was probably your fault. Just
Well,
saying.
I mean, when you're in the crowd trying to move it around for to move through, they're just like, you don't need to say excuse me, just go. I don't give a shit.
I've noticed there are parts in the East Coast that like it's like just common sense. If you see someone walking by, you either split or that person goes around.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
There's no need to say excuse me, because no one wants to be that fucking close to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nand, I just want to say that was a wild comment.
Hey,
I've never heard anything like that in my life.
I'm from Thailand. I can make those jokes.
I'm not here to police you. That was insane. And I laughed. I would never repeat it. You know, like, I am not comfortable repeating it, but hearing it, I lost my mind.
Noah, what's yours?
Worst set, I went to, I think it was Escape like 2016 or 2017, and it was Armin van Buren, which I know is like kind of like an
legend.
older, yeah. Like
Nand.
that's a classic DJ to go see, so I was excited. But I was by the speaker stack, and I guess not his fault, but it was major technical difficulties with the speaker system. There was like 3 distinct times when the speakers essentially just like nearly blew out. I'm talking like loud feedback sounds.
I remember you telling me this story a long time ago.
Yeah, and effectively, my ear is not the same. Like my left ear, I have like, it feels like 30% less hearing. Like there's a different pressure in this ear than this one. And I went and got my ear checked out, and they showed that there's like light damage, but that it obviously healed. Like whatever it was didn't rupture your eardrum, but that you obviously went through something that was like physically damaging.
Damn, you got
Yeah.
that shit checked out.
Yeah, because it feels weird.
Oh,
you know, I was like, does my ear need to be cleaned?
Armin
and
Van
finally,
Buren, you want to
Yeah,
pay for
dude,
the damages?
honestly,
I'm
your
just
ear
kidding.
probably healed, and there's probably like the slightest amount of like maybe scar tissue or like some kind of like thicker tissue, and that's probably why you can't hear as well. Because if I understand eardrums correctly, it needs to be able to move around to like air pressures and whatnot. So if it heals thicker, it's not going to move as much.
and that makes sense. That right there makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, it was a strange experience because I don't know if he knew that the speakers were breaking because he's got headphones on and he's like still just dancing
yeah.
the whole time. And everyone around you is like on too many drugs to even notice. So then you feel like you're the only one in the crowd that's like noticing reality. And it freaked me out. And I then had to like fish through a sea of thousands of people to try to leave as I
Yeah.
was like, am I ever going to be the same?
Yeah, and he never went to a rave again.
No, after that, never went again.
Yeah.
And
That'll do
like,
it.
I definitely feel like when you walk through security, like when they check my bag, I feel like one of them should have just handed me some foam earbuds and my life would have been okay
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of me having this. now,
Permanent
Yeah.
damage.
yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry you had that experience.
it's okay. You know, sometimes you need a bad experience so you don't
Yeah.
get worse ones later.
Yeah, I'll have to drag you out to one in the future, but
With-
maybe
with proper ear
it'll
protection.
need to be like it'll need to be very like carefully selected. You know, like I feel
Probably,
like it'll
probably
need to
not
be
like
the
a
right festival.
yeah, probably not a
Yeah.
heavy bass festival for
Yeah,
Noah.
probably not.
You think you're traumatized to go and see Armin Van Buren again?
No, I'd be down to go head first into that crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Find
think
ear
you like
protection,
Lost
we're
in
doing it.
Dreams. I think Lost in Dreams would be a good one for him.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
it's like lighter. You know?
I could see him. I could also see him at like Day Trip.
No,
Fuck no.
no,
No.
absolutely not.
I guess I was just thinking like house music for him, but
No.
not the crowd. No.
I don't want anywhere that's like wet. That sounds like day trip. Day trip sounds like we're always in like 8 inches of water.
Yeah, everyone's wet as in they're all sloshed.
Oh
And
yeah,
sweaty.
everyone's like drunk and
Sweaty. It's
You're not
sweaty.
getting water. You're getting,
Yeah.
you're getting
Alcohol.
salty.
You're
Yeah,
getting
fucking-
fish bowls,
exactly.
fish bowls of alcohol.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I don't think you would like it. I don't think you'd like
yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm drinking on this Rhythm Energizer THC beverage sativa. I don't need
Wow.
the fishbowl of alcohol.
Ooh, he should go to Outside Lands.
I've never been, so I
That's
don't.
like a stoner festival.
Have you been?
No, but I was
Got
invited
it.
a few times to bartend. And they warn you in advance, like everyone's gonna be smoking weed because it's in San Francisco.
Oh, it's on
Oh,
Hippie
cool.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a whole hill?
San
Have
Francisco.
you heard of Hippie Hill?
No.
Oh, okay, that's a whole other conversation. But like, there's a hill where the hippies go, and there's like stoners everywhere, and like there's an entire street of like cool boutique shops and art and like mushrooms. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like there's drug dealers all across the street as you're walking down, and like cool shops that are like very like stoner-esque and like mushroom trippy acid vibes.
All right, Hippie Hill.
Yeah.
Daniel, I want to
bucket
hear.
list.
I want to hear what your worst
Oh,
So has been.
Oh yeah, I forgot
okay.
about that.
Let's see.
editor's gonna hate us.
I was trying to think because I don't think I've actually been to a bad set. Like usually if
Yes, you
I'm
have.
not feel, have I?
Mm.
Okay. What would you say?
A couple of different 7
I
lines.
like how Nand is the one speaking for like.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah.
Well, I've been there with him when he's had a bad set or like seen a really bad set, and he was like,
Got
you
it.
know,
And
I
you were in his
expected
mind,
way
right?
better.
Well,
No,
okay.
we talk, we communicate.
Okay, no, there have been some iffy sets. Sure, iffy sets. 7 Lions has been a few of those, but one in particular.
A few?
No, dude, it's weird.
Sorry.
It's weird. 7 because I've been like 4 or 5 7 Lion sets, and
Not 7?
and-
Yeah, that's where I'm. It's like, how many?
6, 7.
I hate
Oh,
this so
brother,
much.
get out. No, his is like it's like a coin toss.
Yeah.
If he'll either play a really really good one or it'll be really really iffy. And then
We've had this like common thing we've said about 7 Lions. It's hit or miss. It's always a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Well, you missed him at Nocturnal. He was fucking.
that's what I hear. That's what I
the
hear.
best
And
7 line set I've seen.
jealous. But one bad one in particular, and it's not because of the DJ itself. It is also because of just like kind of the crowd and the experience. But it was Keizo at EDC Vegas 2022 Circuit Grounds right before Subtronics played, and that entire day was kind of a shit show. My girlfriend at the time basically like ditched me to go with her friends
Oh, damn.
for that entire day.
Oh wait. Oh no, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
damn.
So I'm over here at Keizo's set. We were supposed to meet up, and we didn't end up meeting up until like after Subtronics, which was after that set. So it was probably about like a good 2 hours that I was at Circuit Grounds, just kind of by myself vibing. And at that point, I was already having like a really shitty day. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Like, it was pretty rough.
Damn.
Anyway, no offense to Keizo, you fucking ripped it. My girlfriend at the time, she was just a bitch.
Yeah,
I was about to make a bad comment too.
I feel like most of these are like they're like external circumstances are like the reason why it's a bad set. Because mine is 2023 Countdown, and I think it was I can't even remember who was playing. I'm pretty sure it was either Wax Motif or AC Slater, but it was because we were literally in pools of water.
I mean, that was
the entire.
I don't want to be anywhere wet.
To be
it
fair,
was
that
like
was the entire
flooding that
festival.
year. Yeah, no, and so, but we were in the crowd, and my feet were literally like submerged in water, and it was like have you ever had like your socks soaked and you can't do anything about it, and they're just cold, and
Countdown.
yeah,
I was there too.
literally,
It
and
was
you just
bad.
have to sit there and just deal with it,
Bro, you're telling me you almost got trench foot at Countdown?
No, he did get trench foot.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
that one was a really rough one.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, when I think about like terrible festival experiences, everyone can usually agree that Countdown 23. Countdown 23 into 24?
Mhm.
Or was it 22? 22 into 23.
22 into 23, I think.
Everyone can agree that Countdown was probably one of the worst festivals they've been to.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree. Even though like the water was really bad.
No, I'm not talking
Everyone
about-
was still having a pretty
I'm not talking-
solid time.
I'm not talking about like.
Or was it just on something? I could have just been on something.
You were probably on something.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like just objectively like being wet in like your feet soaked, all that, walking back to all that. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
sucky experience.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get trench foot.
So the moral of the story is, if you are part of like, the crew that sets up the stages and everything, they make a lot of the experience for a lot of us, festival attendees.
yeah.
So, make sure all that shit is good to go before.
To be fair though, I'm not gonna
have a bad time.
I'm not gonna put that on them though, because I've definitely like tried to throw like events of my own, and then I start to realize, oh, there's a lot of fucking factors that go into this.
And actually,
I'm like,
we got some topics that will actually go into that a little later on, but.
is this your subtle way of saying, so let's get to a proper intro?
Yeah, we should, because how long's it been? Like 10 minutes already? So
has.
12 minutes. Great. Awesome. I'm going to get us started on a proper intro, though. So anyways, as I said, welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. Who else do we have here today? Not you. I got an intro for you.
No, I figured it wasn't me up first.
I'm Nand.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Devin. And one moment, please. As
Oh,
I
did
pull
you
up-
like write an intro?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm turning my stitch on.
Is this thing on? Today on the I'm Peaking podcast, we've got a legend from the golden era of internet comedy. You know him as a comedic powerhouse on the popular YouTube channel SMOSH, and as one of the most chaotic, try not to laugh menaces to ever pick up a stool and a silly hat. He's been a staple in the digital comedy world for a decade. Isn't it crazy to think it's been that long?
Bro, this is weird.
Popping up in sketches across a variety of channels, improv bits, podcasts, and enough SMOSH compilations to practically have his own digital YouTube shrine. He's my cousin-in-law, and I'm so happy to finally have him on the pod after 3 years. Noah Grossman, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry,
Hi.
I know that was a little proper for you, but
That was insane. That's the first time in my life I think I've ever had a proper introduction.
really? Oh,
yeah,
sick.
that was insane to experience. What up, Daniel? What up, Nand? What's
going on?
This is nuts. Just to throw out so everyone knows the history as well. Nand, I actually met Nand before
Yeah.
I ever met you.
Yeah, we did.
Way back in Sacramento, Nand was an archer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait, what?
right
So-
behind me on a Clash of Kings branded video. I was in about 45 pounds of chainmail, wanting to die all day in the heat,
yeah.
and he was an archer
I was just
behind me.
I was like I don't think I had any lines. I think I was
I think you had like general cheers and joining in,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
When was this? How did I not know about this?
2017,
This is
2018.
before I met you too.
Whoa, you didn't even know Devin?
I didn't know Devin yet. No, this is before I even moved to LA, or maybe like this is.
Well, I met you before I met Nand.
Really?
Yeah, but I met.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, this is weird. Am I your guys' Kevin Bacon?
Me?
I think I'm your guys' Kevin Bacon.
Wait,
Because
what
Devin,
is-
I met you in 2019.
Oh, yeah, I knew him. We met first. We met like 2 years before that.
2018.
2019. I remember this for a fact.
Yeah.
Because
you're sure?
yes, 2019 was the year I was looking for a
Oh,
job
you
on
guys
Craigslist.
really want the facts.
Yeah, I was looking for the job on Craigslist, and for sure, I met Noah in Sacramento because the only reason I'd still be in Sacramento is because I didn't move here yet.
Did you have my number, right? You texted me once. Or did you message me?
I probably messaged you.
Maybe you messaged me because I remember we talked on set and you said that you wanted to move down to LA to act.
Yes.
And so then when I finally met you, I recognized you and it was so funny to see you.
I think that's
'Cause
when
you
I
came
got your
to
number.
be in a video that Devin was helping me make.
That's crazy.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Because I remember Devin telling me about, oh yeah, that's my cousin-in-law or something of that nature, and then I was like, oh yeah, I shot I was in one of his SMOSH videos like many years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun connection. And then you guys might not know, but Daniel was my best friend in kindergarten.
Okay.
We knew him as Dan Da-Doo-Doo because he would always poop his pants. I remember the teacher, she was like, we got to hold him back, but the parents wouldn't let it happen.
Was he wearing the polar bear onesie back then too?
He was, but it was a brown bear.
Oh, got it.
Might have started white, but
He has a lot of experience with bleach ever since then.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Noah.
yeah, good to see you, Dan Da-Doo-Doo. Heyo. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on, y'all. It's been fun to see you guys grow and
Thank you.
become like legitimate successes and now like kind of a staple in the EDM content podcast
trying.
scene. And you guys have had on a lot of really, really big artists, a lot of new artists, and
Thank
people
you.
that I think you provide a lot of legitimacy to. They feel when they come here that
Thanks, man.
it's a good spot.
Damn,
you can cut that all
do
out
an intro for us, bro.
if you want to.
Just to clear the air too. So, because a lot of people, whenever you're in stuff of like ours, people are always like, "Wait, how the fuck do you guys know Noah?" And so, yeah, Noah is my cousin-in-law. His brother married one of my cousins, and that's how and then Noah officiated the wedding.
Yeah.
And then that's how I met Noah. Was all my cousins were telling me about how he was online and in SMOSH. I hadn't kept up in SMOSH with SMOSH in years, but I knew who SMOSH was because like I used to watch them way back in the day. So so I went up to Noah and we started talking, and then we literally started planning to meet up to make videos. Like literally like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, like 2 weeks after.
Yeah. And then from then on, like Noah and I would meet like almost every weekend for a whole like almost 2 years.
Yeah,
just
dude,
making skits.
You have insane work ethic.
Thank you.
Dude, through and through.
Thanks.
Wait, was that before?
That makes me feel really good actually. Because
Was that before or after Booty Tacos?
Huh?
Was that before or after Booty Tacos?
Before.
Before?
Yeah.
What the fuck is booty tacos?
You know booty tacos, Dan. Don't act like you don't know what booty tacos is.
you were doing the booty
We've all
tacos
seen
in
the
kindergarten,
pictures in
bro.
the group chat, Daniel.
When me and Devin met and I started shooting content with him, there was it was our friend Hamada and what's Simone and
I know
like one
Hamada.
other person. And as a joke, I believe Simone named the group chat Booty Tacos. And then
I forgot
because of that, we just just started shooting content. Like same as how we shot content with Noah. We would shoot EDM content every weekend too.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like a couple of months actually. No, maybe like 3 or 4 months, and then he got a job, but then COVID also hit, so then we couldn't shoot content as much anymore.
see.
Yeah, but before I met you though, Nand, like we were already doing
yeah.
the skits like every weekend.
But you were
and
doing
stuff.
like overall general skits before you had switched into like
Yeah.
EDM focus.
Mhm. Yep. What a time that was.
Yeah.
Well, just off of the topic, because we were talking about like the people who set up the concert stages and everything at festivals affecting the festival attendees experience. So apparently, did you guys see that Tyler the Creator's screen malfunction at Camp Flog Gnaw?
Yeah.
That shit was like sparking and like basically exploded. Well, I mean, exploded's kind of an exaggeration, but it was like
no,
sparking
but it definitely
on
like
stage.
sparked out. It looked very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was for sure dangerous.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Can you imagine? Like, that's his festival too, right?
Camp Flog Gnaw?
Yeah. Is that Tyler the Creator's?
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
he's at least partial owner.
Okay. Yeah.
Or it used to be advertised that way. I don't know if it's
Damn,
still is.
I'd be embarrassed.
I would say it's technically an artist curated festival. He definitely I think he curates the festival for himself.
I see.
Yeah.
Can I be the hater real quick?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, sorry if I'm an asshole and I'm not doing good podcast job. That shit was fake. I watched the video. That shit is so staged. It's incredibly entertaining, but that's not a real malfunction of anything.
You don't think so?
What?
If
Really?
you watch that video, it's okay. I can't say for a fact. This is me alleging. I was not there. Okay, first and foremost, when the screen breaks, a giant screen is not one screen. It's like 80 screens put together. I've
Right.
been at festivals where a screen breaks. You see one panel go out, two panels go out, a panel flicker.
True. Why did all of it
All of them
flicker?
go out at the same time, not just on one section, all three, and then they all show the exact same well-designed animation sequence before then immediately going black, having one electrical cord hang, and then
Two,
having
actually.
fireworks, and then we're done. That's really, I'm just being the hater here. All I'm saying.
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to Noah because I do agree. Like festivals like that, unless they aren't giving a shit, and maybe that's the argument here is like they're not giving a shit and they're cutting corners. But I do agree. I've been to a bunch of festivals and shows where if there is an electrical issue, it'd be one panel at most, and if there really was an electrical issue that would affect all of it, there wouldn't be a animation visual that would go across all of them and then flicker and turns off. It would all just turn off.
Mhm.
And then why is it two wires fell down like perfectly on the left and right sparking, but if the power just went out, why is there sparking? Where's the power coming from?
I don't think we know enough about electrical engineering here to be able to.
Actually, it has nothing to do with electrical engineering. It just has to do with electrical. And I do know a little bit because I was in the film industry and I talk to the electrical guys all the time, and they're just like, things are not as
you got the
dangerous as you
expert
think
here.
they are.
Well, my last piece that I want to throw in, being again the cynical hater that I am, I got to bring my brand here, okay? I don't know any light within the last 20 years that has been produced that is a large bulb that would just flash and pop and then like spark out of its casing. Everything's usually an LED
but
or a
what's the
high-powered
benefit?
lithium battery.
What's the benefit to
That video
doing
went
that?
viral.
You're talking about it. I'm talking about it.
Oh.
That video went viral. It's for his festival. He's doing his set.
But wouldn't that make him look bad?
Do you think bad
I don't know.
about him after seeing that?
In this
I
moment
think
right
that's,
now.
I think that's kind of
Or are you
I
just
started
not-
with I would be embarrassed if especially if that's my festival. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah, but we're not
during
talking-
my
no,
performance.
no, we're not
and
talking
it looked
about-
like it looked like it was getting lit too.
We're-
Like,
we're
he
not
was,
talking
he
about-
was starting to
point.
fucking feel himself.
You're right. We're not talking
a
about
good
how
point.
you would feel if it was your festival. You as a fan who saw this, do you think badly of him in this moment?
I feel embarrassed for him.
Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You do have a good point as well. I'm a cynical asshole, so I'm going to see something
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like, dude,
yeah.
it's obviously, he's not doing real magic. It's an illusion. But I can understand that. I think it's fair.
I will say
Classic
this.
Noah take.
I will say this. I understand Noah's take because like I've definitely seen other things be we do content, we do marketing. We know a lot of things are staged. Like there's a bunch of like, oh yeah, I just made this song, or oh, I'm gonna bring someone from the crowd and they're gonna play a song. That's all staged. That's all staged. There's not a real picking random person. No, they pre-planned that.
Okay, well, bear with me for a second.
You've been waiting to say
We gotta put a counter in the corner.
I know.
Okay,
do
pause.
You, so do you?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that whole couch. Both of you have kids coming. You don't know it. You're soon to be a dad. Sorry.
Actually, the mom.
I'm about to be an uncle.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Sorry, Daniel.
I forgot. Oh wait, no, I got it. So do you think it was like an outro as like a creative choice to stop the show? Just
That would be my pitch of this scenario. Yeah.
because then that makes sense. Because with how many things were like kind of perfectly timed, it makes sense.
Well, the question is, was it at the end of the show? Because actually, I didn't do any further research, so I actually don't know when this happened. If this happened
true,
at
I
the
don't
very
either.
beginning of his set, okay, definitely not staged.
But then why make people worry? At the end of the show, they're like,
That's what I'm saying.
Is,
I'm
is
like,
everything okay?
I mean,
There's too many there's too many to me there's too many like logical reasons why that would be a like bad idea versus a good idea. Now, if you worked it as part of your set, you know, like for example, when Eliminate did his fucking intro at Lost Lands at one time, where it's like, "Hey guys," I know you probably don't know what I'm
but I
talking
want to
about.
know the story.
It's this DJ we had on the podcast who he streams and he's really funny, very very dry sense of humor, and he did a whole fucking intro for Lost Lands like 2 or 3 years ago, where he literally was just like it was just
It's like
yeah, it's like all epic, and then it's
what's
like,
up, guys?
"Hey guys, what's up? My name is Eliminate. And it's like all pre-recorded, and he's like, "Yeah, so we're gonna get the set started, and yeah, so yeah." And then it was
That's
like
funny.
for a whole like fucking it was crazy.
That's
And then he
hilarious.
threw down. But
Yeah.
see, I can understand something like that, right? It's kind of like a misdirect,
Mhm.
right? But then it transitions back into the set like pretty smoothly. I mean, granted, I didn't see any like what happened after this, like if the set just stopped altogether. But I mean, I just don't see a benefit to doing that unless it was part of the performance.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think for sure anyone that saw that set live, it's definitely unforgettable. Like
Yes,
fake,
true.
not fake,
That's
you know,
true.
it doesn't matter. Either way, like you're
That's a
going to
good
remember
point.
that set.
That's a
That
good
was
point.
fun. You enjoyed your time and then that crazy shit happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
point.
hate to say it, but just to speak marketing brain things, anything that's out of the norm or crazy like that is memorable.
Mhm.
Let's be real. If he played a phenomenal fucking set, cool. A good majority might remember that. Having this accident happen, if we want to call it that, everyone's remembering it, regardless of whether or not you enjoyed his set.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could bring my light conspiracy brain here.
Yeah.
Thank you
Of course. We
for
welcome it.
humoring me.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great because, like, you know, this is the music industry.
Yeah.
there's so many industry plants everywhere, and we could talk about
Not
that
here.
forever.
These are fake ass plants, y'all.
Oh yeah, no,
They are actually fake. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. I know. Also, this is
Oh, is it? Is it fucked up?
there we
Is
go.
it better now?
There we go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of conspiracies, Daniel, do you have something?
Oh yeah. Except we couldn't find one, so I'm gonna just pretend that I'm slapping one on. You guys know about hot stickers?
Oh yeah, I couldn't find them this morning.
excuse
Yeah,
to
we-
slap
we-
Nand?
Yeah, pretty much. So there's a conspiracy going on that hot stickers, if you guys have been to a festival within the last like few years, you'll see a bunch of people with the hot stickers that you get from the grocery stores that are on like a bunch of like hot, like, you know,
Like
edible
the
products.
rotisserie chicken
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
So people are putting those, grabbing those and then sticking them onto people. And, you know, it's kind of an excuse to also be like, oh yeah, you got a hot sticker because you're hot. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's
ha.
just it's a
But-
cute, fun, flirty way to like just be, you know, chatting up with people.
But people are thinking that
be
they're getting
hot.
drugged from these things.
Yeah, there's a certain there's a certain population of people. I don't know too much. Like I've seen like 3 or 4 videos on Instagram TikTok of people like going, oh yeah, it's really dangerous. Like people are putting drugs on them and then like sticking them on other people. Okay, I have a lot of things to say about this super fast. One, if I'm putting a sticker on you, it's because I think you're hot, not because I want to share my drugs. That's a waste of my money. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Secondly, there's an ugly underbelly of the festival community. I get it. A lot of people think that this festival is covered in drugs. There are drugs there, but again, not trying to share them and drug random people. That's fucking weird. And last but not least, the people who are making these outrageous claims, they're getting a fucking rash from the sticky shit on the sticker, not from the drugs, and they happen to be people who don't know anything about drugs. Yeah.
So what's happening to the chickens? Because I'm realizing for this trend to be like a trend, like that means people are bringing chickens.
No. You can buy just the hot stickers in a
They're
roll.
just buying the
Just like
rolls of
wholesale,
hot stickers.
yeah.
I thought there was someone in the audience with a rotisserie
No.
chicken. That's like, oh, you're kind of cute.
I wouldn't put it against them.
love that, though,
I wouldn't
dude.
put it against them. I'm pretty sure there are
Bro,
people
'cause
that
it's
are
like,
just
I
bringing rotisserie chickens.
a rotisserie chicken to a festival, I fucking would.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
No,
because then there's like a meal for the rest of the day. That I just saved like $20.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You can if it's a camping festival, because I've seen people bring in like a whole table and guac materials, and they make guacamole.
Or hide it in a totem.
Yeah, true. They be doing that.
Yeah.
They be
Yeah,
doing
they
that
do.
shit. Yeah, dude. Well, actually, you know what? Security caught on though. I saw a video recently that was like it was at Escape.
It's because they were
The
stupid
security
and
were
had hella
checking-
fucking alcohol
They were
in there.
checking the totem, and they're just and the guy, you could just see the life like leaving his eye. He's just like, fuck, shit. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe pack a little lighter the totem next time.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to get at, because he was bringing it up, but like, guys, you're gonna be fine. It's just a sticker. I'm telling you right now, it's just a sticker. No one's
Where
trying
do
to.
you put the sticker?
You can put it
anywhere.
anywhere.
So
Yeah,
like a
usually you
lot
put
of
it
people
on like
put
your face.
Yeah, a lot of
but-
people put it on their face,
An
and like I've
arm.
definitely had friends who like they'll show me their butt and they'll like let me put it on their butt. Like it's just a sticker. It's
Oh, okay. I like the let me put, because I'm of, if I was somewhere and no one would put that on me, I'm not hot. But if someone put a sticker on me, any of them, and I
I
didn't
won't put
know
it on
them.
you.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Okay, if
you're hot.
Thanks, man.
You're so hot.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be offended. I don't want to be touched.
No, I'll say this. I haven't met very many people who don't ask for consent first about a stick. Like when I'm at a festival, everybody always asks me first, like, can I give you this? Or like they'll look at me and like, we'll do the maybe not the verbal consent, but they'll do the whole like hand motion, see if I actually
you see what's happening.
Yes.
You're not just turning around and all of a sudden you have 3 stickers on you.
I don't think I've
Actually, I've had that.
You have?
Before, yeah.
Yeah, but those ones were like ugly, smelly.
But you know,
I've had,
Sorry, Daniel. I'm so sorry.
I'll say this. I have had stickers show up on me if it was on my clothes.
Okay.
That's fine. But anyone who's going to like physically put something on my skin has always asked for permission first.
Okay. I will say I could see maybe where like some people might be upset about that, because actually like now that I think about it, I have had people just put the stickers on me without really asking. And I don't really care, to be honest, because it's a fucking sticker. But also I could see how maybe some people who don't want the sticker put on them would like turn that into like, oh, I'm like, it made me feel this other thing,
Well,
which
here's the,
could be from something else, but it also could stem from the fact that they just didn't want a fucking sticker on them.
Well, here's the thing too, and I've watched a lot of like the safety videos of like, so there's a bunch of TikTokers who are all about like harm reduction and like drug education. So I've watched a bunch of those, and they all say the same thing, that generally the people who are making these outrageous claims are people who know nothing about drugs.
Fair.
So
fair.
and that's fair. You know, if you don't know anything about drugs and you only know the stereotypes that festivals are, you know, covered in drugs and people are trying to drug you, you're going to go in with that possible confirmation bias of, no, this sticker irritated my skin, I must have been drugged. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Then there's one particular TikToker, I don't know their name, but they were like, oh yeah, dude, I got all woozy and shit. And then they start to mention that they were drinking all night long. And I'm like, you think maybe it was the alcohol you were drinking all night?
I've had a 5th of vodka before, and I didn't wake up with a sticker on me.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I haven't drinking water in like 2 days, but like I feel woozy as hell, bro.
Sticker.
Definitely not.
But it's the sticker for sure. That's what it is.
I didn't eat all fucking day, and I'm like kind of lightheaded. It was the fucking sticker that drugged me for sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, the hot stickers are fine, guys.
Yeah, I think this whole thing can also just be about just consent. If you have stickers, ask someone before you place it on. Yeah.
Exactly. And if you don't want a sticker on you, just say you wouldn't want a sticker on you.
Or no thank you. You can say no thank you.
But like the music's really loud, so I would personally suggest maybe 1 or 2 stickers, high visibility on your front and back that say "Don't put any stickers on me."
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Got it. I have enough stickers on me already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just place all the stickers yourself first. That way they have no areas.
You go.
Yeah.
Pre-place the stickers going into the festival, and no one will stick them on you.
That's so. Hold on, I gotta write that down. Hold on.
No, dude, it's so simple. Just take the drugs before you go in. So if you do get drugged, you're already there.
And might I suggest no ticket to the festival? Spend that on the motel that you'll do the drugs in all night. Sorry.
Well, people are already doing that though. So.
Oh man.
All right. So our cameraman just informed us that we just want to put out there that we are aware people do get handed things such as cards from allegedly traffickers that can sometimes have like a fine powder on it and can make you woozy. So don't take anything from strangers. I think this should be, an obvious thing. But at the rave, I think these are a little different, especially if you're like seeing someone pull a hot sticker off of like a clean roll. It's probably fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, keep in mind, this entire conversation was meant to be specific about the hot sticker thing, because there's a lot of people making outrageous claims about how, like, the people are putting drugs in them and whatnot. This is not to say that other items don't get drugged or that people are not getting drugged at festivals. I have friends who have been roofied, absolutely, unfortunately, and thank God they're safe. But what I'm trying to get at is, like, the hot sticker thing, like, it's a fun, cute little thing that a lot of people are doing to flirt with each other. And the people who are creating this confirmation bias of like, oh yeah, I'm getting drugged, when their skin is just irritated, like from the adhesive, that just kind of sucks, because now it's creating this fear that might not really need to be instilled when we already have real things to be afraid of.
Yeah, that actually takes away from like the legitimacy of
Yes,
like
no, exactly.
actual like cases.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You
like
know,
don't get me
so-
wrong. If you feel like if you got a sticker on you and your skin was itchy, or like you feel, maybe do a little bit of research before you start posting online saying, "Hey, I got drugged,"
Yeah.
because that's kind of extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about eating what you find on the floor?
I don't do that normally.
Okay, but at a festival?
unless it's candy at home and it has like that, like, you know, when you have candy that like has like that like sugar coating, you know, so it's like a little like
Oh, and then you rinse off that candy?
no. If it hits the ground, you got the 3-second rule. But if it's there for too long,
That's not real.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds, not 3.
Wait, why do you ask?
Oh, I just imagine you wouldn't, but you know, just wondering.
have I eaten something off of the ground?
Yeah, at the festival, like, should people pick things off the floor? Like, I would say no, but I'm not the
I would
expert
say no.
here.
Also, I would say no. Also,
Yeah, no.
absolutely not.
I mean, are we talking about ground score here? Like, what are we talking about? Just like,
Ground. Yeah, I think I'm talking about ground score.
well, ground score actually is a very broad term that can
Yeah.
be. It can be a multitude of
I
things.
broad
fully
now.
was meaning it as a joke, but now we're here.
I mean, if you
I
want,
don't think anyone should eat anything off the floor or take anything from someone who hands it to them. That's
Yes.
all I
or
wanted to
take
add.
anything that you found on the floor,
Mhm.
if you know what I mean.
what if it's your own thing and it just fell out of your pocket onto the ground?
No, you have to
Oh.
then pick that up and give it to someone else who you don't know, and don't tell them what it is.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, there was one topic that I did want to cover in the last segment that we ran out of time for. But apparently Vine is coming back.
No, it's not.
Oh shit! And end of segment. We solved it.
Divine is coming.
Yes, okay, Divine.
Oh, so something
that is-
brand new.
Oh no, it's
It's
Vine.
new, but it's from the people who made Vine.
And they're adding 2 letters to it to call it Divine.
Yeah,
Mm.
because, you know, marketing.
Yeah. Which is
is it
really, really
still-
cool and exciting.
Is it still 6-second videos?
I don't know the answer to that question purely because through the research I did, no answers have been revealed yet.
I
Mm.
would like to bet it's 10-second plus.
I would agree.
I mean, what's going to end up happening is even if it is 6 seconds, it's going to be 6 seconds for like what? Probably like 6 months to a year. And then it's going to increase to like 30 seconds.
Exactly what
And then
happened
it's going
last
to
time.
increase to a minute. It's literally,
I
it
think-
happens with every single platform.
Well,
Like-
here's the thing. I think it's probably going to be a 10-second minimum. And I say that purely based on all other platforms right now. For any ads or marketing or whatever,
Yeah.
things need to be 10 seconds for
True.
it to be long enough for let's just say hypothetical. I don't know the psychology behind it, but you need at least 10 seconds to be able to actually like see
Yeah.
information,
Yeah.
like take things in. Like the comedy era of 6 seconds is purely for entertainment. So
Mhm.
if it's purely for entertainment, it might be less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't know what it's going to be, but can we pitch for what it should be? Me, I hear
Ooh.
Divine, and I'm like, ooh, I feel like that could be maybe lightly religious. I know it's spelled differently. So I'm hoping that it's like a pure, like, maybe let's call it like a religious platform where you can search through different religions.
Is it kinda like
and
Christian
consume
Mingle?
content. Kind of like that, but you're mingling with content. And then I think it's going to be like a ban, AI generated, only pure, true Christians and other sects are going to be on this platform. That's what I'm going to pitch here.
Truly divine.
Mhm. It's going to be
Truly.
truly divine.
That's almost unbearable to the average person.
I'm making that up. I just want to be clear. Divine,
Wow.
don't sue me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wild platform if that ends up happening.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is
Purely
going to
AI
do.
generated Jesus all the time, actually.
It's all AI.
We're changing it now. It's going to be pure
Oh my
AI.
God, why
Jesus
give
is the
people
only one allowed.
Dude, you know what that just made me? That just triggered a memory. Did you guys ever watch Robot Chicken?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see the fucking episode where they did Jesus as Kill Bill, like in Kill Bill,
No.
where it's like him versus the Easter Bunny? And it's fucking, dude, it's great.
The only Robot Chicken episode that is forever imprinted in my mind is that fucking bear that's jumping up and down and then lands on that bear trap and it goes,
yeah, the gummy bear. Yeah.
bites it off. Okay, I'm gonna be okay. Jumps again.
Yeah, and it's just like censoring all the fucking cuss words that it's saying.
Or the dude playing Bop It, and all of a sudden it's a sniper.
When he bops it the right way.
that one.
He's like, hey, bop it, spin it,
pull it.
turn it, barrel it, shoot it, shoot it, Kevin, shoot it.
Oh my god, I miss Robot Chicken. Holy shit!
Shout out to Divine.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to
Vine for bringing us
I'm
Robot
Just
interested.
give some information first, because some people here might not know what Vine is. Vine is
all you Gen Z.
yeah,
Gen Alpha.
Vine
Hey,
is
Gen
low
Z
key
right here.
Oh,
Gen Alpha, all you Gen Alpha.
Vine is low key the precursor to a lot of the social platforms we use today. Like it was before Musical.ly, which turned into TikTok. Once upon a time, we had this app that would only let us shoot about 7 seconds. So the creativity people had to do to make really good content was different. It was very different from today's era where we get like more than 15 seconds. It was before the YouTube era. YouTube Shorts didn't exist, Instagram Reels didn't exist, TikTok as a whole didn't exist. Vine was the first one.
Yeah.
And then everything you see today honestly is like the evolution of what that short form.
Yeah, Vine is what like started brain rot,
I actually
Brain rot
don't agree.
content.
I actually
little
don't
bit.
agree. It started short form, and I feel like we had to be extra creative back
brain
then.
rot.
No. I'm gonna
It just
heavily
fucked our
disagree.
retention rates.
That part.
There you go.
That's what I'm
It has
referring to.
rotted
Oh,
our
no, those are
brains.
two
That
different
makes
things.
sense.
There's two different things. Or at least the way I perceive brain rot is like there's certain creators that the way they do their content is built to be brain rot. But I'm talking about because I think back to college when I was trying to do Vine, and I remember needing to find more creative ways to go about how can I do what I was trying to do on YouTube, but in 7 seconds instead. And then you had these creative ways of all right, I'm going to make a series of videos. So then it's different each time, but I'm still having fun with it. So I think once we got to the TikTok era, that's when it started getting brain rotty, because now it's I'm sorry, there's this one fucking account where all he does is push a bottle downstairs and it breaks as it falls down the stairs, and they make millions of views.
Because it's entertaining.
Dude, in 2015, 2016, I lost a Streamy Award to a hamster that eats tiny food. So I love good brain rot because I deserve to lose to them. Someone has a hamster and they put them in a dollhouse and they make them tiny food. I think that's brain rot, but that's positive brain rot. I think the issue is the short form content consistently being pushed into your brain, and then an algorithm not allowing you to curate your own identity. It's very scary.
I would agree with that.
But with Vine, I would love... Never mind. It's off topic, so we can continue. On to the next thing. No, I already derailed so much. We don't have time. It's okay. It's so okay.
Well, you had the next.
Now you have to wait.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
But
Vine,
finish-
as far as I'm aware, I didn't take any business school classes, though I'm sure now if you're in college, you're probably learning about Vine, I would hope in some way. But Vine...
I don't think so.
Okay, well, it would be at least interesting to me because Vine, also not just the first short form place, but also the way that ads are kind of served now is as a result of why Vine failed, and it's because they were following kind of a startup format, as far as I'm aware. But the concept of Uber or DoorDash, all these things, they run on capital investment. They run at a loss because they are disrupting an environment, and then they're going to be able to either bring up their prices or in some way find a way to make that money back. But in the meantime, they can burn the cash.
Yeah.
And so they had cash to burn, but the creators on Vine were getting so big, but they had no way to directly be compensated because Vine themselves was not pushing ads because there was no effective way to push an ad on a 6-second video at that time.
Yep.
And so then the creators all banded together and, did some sort of grandstand. Of course, I don't know the details. I wasn't involved in it.
I know a little bit of that.
But, maybe let's call it the top 100 creators all wanted, $1 million each or something, which, of course, they're producing more value than that. But also, of
Makes
course,
sense.
no one has $100 million to randomly hand out to a bunch of random kids from Wisconsin that before they asked for $1 million were doing it all for free.
Yep.
So that created a lot of tension internally and essentially led to them not being able to be ahead of the 8 ball any further and get taken down by the companies that can copy you, because if you develop something in technology, it's very easy to copy.
Yeah, and then
you don't have an IP on me being able to copy.
and those companies have money, so they're able to. They're able
they're
to
already
work with a lot
megaliths with
more
users
exactly.
where-
And honestly, that's why the Vine era, those top 100 creators, they all went to YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube actually had the money to be able to pay them because they were already doing ads. They already had marketing. They were able to actually fund these creators to actually be on their platform.
But Google as well has an entire integrated business model where the reason YouTube functions is because it's tied to Google and it improves Google's ability, like why they added Google Images. People want to use Google to look up images. Now you want to be able to find videos. Okay, videos are going to be categorized. Now we're a platform for videos to be categorized. Now we have all of this data. We can analyze it. We can use it. There's so many other things that Google is able to take from YouTube that if it was purely an entertainment platform, your experience as a user would be much more positive.
Right.
But there wouldn't be money in it for Google. You'd have to pay for it, or a creator wouldn't make money from an ad. So the entire reason we're stuck in a brain rot hell is because we're all disrupting the entertainment systems and information systems that used to exist.
Right.
And we're destroying the economies that built those. And in this disruptive mid-interim, we're both getting strange content that isn't necessarily curated or regulated as things we were used to, and also they're producing less money and money in a different way than the sluggish industry we had previously.
Right, the long form.
It's not better, it's not worse. We're just stuck in the middle before we figure it out.
Yeah.
You just triggered a
We'll
thought.
lose, but yeah.
You just triggered a thought because
we lose.
We lose. Gen Alpha, everyone else, they're going to be in a much better internet space.
Absolutely.
I would
Sick.
hope. That or the world's dead. So, I mean.
You triggered a thought because obviously YouTube is connected to Google, and TikTok now has TikTok Shop, Facebook, Instagram. Would you say that's one of the reasons why all these short form platforms 100%. Are like surviving right now, is because they have the bigger platform?
Yeah, you've got Facebook Marketplace in the same place that you're consuming your entertainment, the same place that the ad is being displayed to then buy it on Facebook Marketplace. That is the video you saw reviewing the product.
And TikTok Shop as well. That makes sense.
They're all alternate marketplaces in a whole for a user.
So would you say Divine's only going to work out if it has some kind of marketplace like that, or some way to like
reality,
do ads?
Yeah, probably something that goes like TikTok live shops. Yeah, you're right. You would have to.
Because how are they going to make money?
Yeah, and there's no way that you're going to grab all these new users. There's already so many alternatives.
Yeah,
it's destined to fail unless they have an insane hook.
Yeah,
or
the competition's already like insane.
Very low cost.
Yeah. The only reason Vine is probably going to do well, or Divine will do well at first, is probably because of nostalgic factor for a lot of people.
For sure.
How many people?
Probably
Who cares?
Well, I mean, you're right.
Are you going to download it and become a Vine creator?
Low key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. In this room, 3 out of the 4 of us. You're right. You're right. Bad question. Bad room.
But also from what I read, they're going to bring back anywhere between 10 to 20,000 of the old Vine videos that already existed before and put them on there. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people who still look up Vine videos or Vine compilations on YouTube to this day.
A lot of people are about to get real disappointed when they realize that the thing they laughed at in 2014 that was 6 seconds long.
That's very true, actually.
Is not that funny in any way, shape, or form.
For me, it's the opposite. For me, it's like I tried back on Vine and, wasn't funny, so I switched over to doing dance freestyles on Vine.
Fuck yeah.
But now I feel like I have like more brain power. I feel like I'm comedically smarter.
I feel like that's going to
so
crutch
now
you.
I feel like
that's going to crutch you because people don't want funny. They want rot. They want very
But if I
pointless
just
shit.
study the rot, then I can replicate the rot.
Just say 6, 7, 4 different times, and you're probably
then
up
guess
there.
I guess that's what I'm doing, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. Maybe I'll do 6, 7, 8. No, 6, 7.
6, 7. 8.
Oh my god.
We're fucked.
Yeah, we are. Anyways,
I like to believe that entertainment is switching it up, but that might just be me being wishful thinking, because I do hope things start going in the indie film storytelling era. Like, quick thought on it, I've started noticing this on TikTok and Instagram. People have been doing like not short films, but like series films. Like there's one in particular, they're called Dana and the Wolf. It's a polyamorous couple that is literally telling stories of this lifestyle they live, but in a cinematic way. And each episode is, it's the length of like 1 or 2 minutes, but then another episode comes out the next day. And it turns out the full length video is actually on YouTube, but they've been cutting it up to be on the short forms. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's actually a thing that's been happening too with fuck, what was it?
It's like vertical long form video.
Yeah, because
Yes, it is vertical
Michelle
long
would
form.
show me. There was a whole ass fucking like, I can't remember if it was a Chinese show or like it was like a Chinese drama or something, and they were cutting it up. They were cutting up the drama that way.
I know exactly what you're talking
for
about.
like TikTok and social media, and then that's
It's
how
like,
people would
Chinese
be going.
drama box or whatever.
Yeah, it was
'Cause
like
I know-
something. It was something like that, and so like
and they do a lot of it too. It's not just
Yeah.
a couple of videos.
So it's been happening for a while, but I think it's starting to catch a lot more popularity.
There's a specific production company that produces like the long form verticals.
Yeah,
and Just hearing from the actors and directors, they're happy that they're working because it is some of the only opportunities.
Yeah.
But man, they're shooting like 70 pages a day.
Yeah.
And
that's what I
they're
hear.
like full pages.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Some of the other than that one page I just mentioned, because I know like it's completely different for like the studios. The studios, when I see those, their acting is garbage.
Oh, of course.
Because they have to do it so quick.
But it's also that's what their audience wants.
Yeah.
Their audience wants like the melodrama, borderline soap opera vibe.
Yeah.
And you just have to do, as an actor, your job is to do it.
Yeah.
Your job isn't to do what you want to do.
It's to do what the audience wants.
Yeah, what your job is.
Yep. I will say, and you mentioned it earlier, and like I think all of us can kind of agree, film industry's kind of dead right now. Hopefully it comes back. And when I say film industry, I mean Hollywood. Hollywood is kind of dead. People don't really watch things like that anymore because now what we're interested in the entertainment world is just different because of social media. Things have changed, you know?
Yeah. I wish, I could speak for the whole industry and everything. I just know my small sect of it. And in my small sect, it's essentially done. But I do know that there's still lucrative and thriving pockets, but that's what it is now, is kind of pockets. It doesn't feel like there's an integrated industry where anyone can see what the long term looks like. The end.
Yes.
I'm really, really glad we had Noah on because...
Oh, for all my ADD and everything, that'll be just fucking cut?
No.
There's no way you guys do 2-hour episodes.
I do want to move us to another topic because I know you had some really good questions for us.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna make some good conversation, and we're about halfway through this segment. You didn't?
No.
It's fine. Whatever.
I have my laptop. I just...
No, it's okay.
I can also literally plug... There's a plug next to you.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Anyways, I know you had some questions for us though, because we did talk about this off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked off camera?
Yeah, before we started
Devin and
shooting.
I don't talk to you, Nand, unless it's on camera, and that's for legal safety.
Yeah. There we go.
But no, I have some questions for you guys because I enjoy electronic music. I'll listen to some of it. There's a lot of it, and a lot of like different genres and a lot of different subgenres, and then like specific sounds that I'll sometimes hear that are, for lack of a better term, like copied. But copied isn't like someone stealing, but it's like, oh, everyone uses 808 drums,
Yeah.
So I can recognize that I hear something, but I don't know what it is. And there's like specific EDM ones. If you can just, I wonder if they have names.
So you're saying, okay, so there are sounds, and you want to know what the sounds are called.
Yeah, like you can call something a guitar riff. You can call something a drum roll. A horn might stab.
Right.
But what happens when it's like bwomp 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 bwomp?
So what do you call that?
So that would be called, wait for it, a womp. Yeah. Usually
so I'm going womp, and I was one letter off of the real name.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you're probably just adding a kick.
But that can't be
a kick, which is the, and then you're adding the womp, which is the womp.
But that can't be the scientific musical term for it.
Well,
I don't know if
everything
scientific is the right word.
Yeah, everything is just waves at that point. It's just sound waves. All of it is just sound waves and frequencies. But usually, and just to simplify it for like consumer and producer brains, if it sounds like something, it probably is called that too. It's very, very
weird.
Really? Actually, it's very, very weird. Yeah. But if you have something wobbling, when it sounds like wobble, it's probably called a wobble, or it's called a wub. Two pretty similar, but also very different sounds.
So I could write you an email. I'm your record label.
Sure. You sent me
the track, and I'm like, it's almost there. It's a little trash.
Yeah.
You know what this track needs? I need 2 more womps, 1 wub, and a little more wobble. You're gonna know what I mean.
I'm gonna ask you where. I'm gonna ask you like where would I put those, and then you'd have to just be like,
zit, 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 zit.
And I could probably tell. Yeah, I know exactly where that zit zit is.
What is zit 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 in?
It probably sounds like a laser.
How are you writing this in the email?
Okay, so I want a laser, followed by a wub wobble. Okay, then I want a womp before we get to like what I would describe as like a washing machine ebbing and flowing, like a wash, wash.
It's pretty fire.
Honestly, at this point, it's just like, can you just send me a voice message, please?
and just play that. But it really is just like onomatopoeia terms.
I feel like Yeah, you know what though? I don't think I've ever been in a position where someone is emailing me and telling me about like, oh, hey, I need more zits and womps in this part where it's like whoop, 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 whoop. I don't think I've ever gotten that email, so I couldn't necessarily tell you just yet how that would be. But at that point, I feel like I would just like, hey, can you hop on a call and just show me where or show me this?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what if I got what you made, but I wanted it in like a different genre? You would know then what instruments to change, because like, you can keep a song, but then make it like a jazz cover. And, you might change the BPM or might change a few instruments or how it's layered.
Yeah.
So if you gave me like your standard song and I told you to switch up the genre, you would know that, oh, I'm switching out the womp
At that point,
for
you just
a wallop.
At that point, I think you could just tell me that the song sucks. I just need to switch it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, hey, this is dubstep, but I want jazz. It's like, okay, well, I can't
But there's no
give
like
you that,
jazz
but
step?
no, there is, but there is jazz step.
Look, so here's my like take on this, because there have been many times where you've listened to a song on the podcast and I've said like, oh, that's a synth or like, whatever. Yeah. But my vocabulary is very limited to like, what those things are. And then we'll have Mashbit on, right?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh yeah, that's a resonance, or like he'll be like, he'll actually name the things off.
I can answer this question.
And so like I feel like these things, they have to have names. Right?
They do. I just said it.
Yeah.
You know what that sound sounds like when it sounds like a yoy? It's like a yoy. You know what it's called?
Yes.
Take a fucking guess. Just
Yowie.
take a wild guess.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, I would have never guessed.
I will say this, and speaking as someone who's not a music producer but lives with one, I've been learning the different names and sounds. You hear it enough times, you start recognizing, oh, that's called a yoy, because for the longest time I didn't know that what sounded like a yoy is called yoy. I didn't know it was called yoy.
Is that a vocoder?
Yeah, like I feel like
no, it's actually a filter that moves in a weird
like
way, so it makes a vowelistic sound.
Like if we're talking about the sounds,
Yeah.
like I feel like when we're describing the sounds, it makes sense to use an onomatopoeia to describe the sound. But I'm like, what is it? Like
I think that might just
is
be...
it a fucking like what is the thing called that is making it do that sound?
A fart is a fart. It's not called a. I'm not like, bro. Last night I made a.
But that's crazy. That's crazy because I have a bunch of serum preset patches. There's one that says bath farts, and it's a bass that kind of sounds like a bath fart. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Wait. That's a Shrek ass instrument. You're talking about someone's in the bath and they fart. And the sound of the bubble going up the lightly soapy viscous water.
I'm pretty sure that's not what they sampled. I'm pretty sure they didn't sample.
Shart.
Dude, cake fart.
Yeah,
he's got them all.
Cake fart.
That's essentially, EDM. Yeah.
That's incredible.
EDM is farts, guys.
So if you look at it like a serum preset thing, it's all just a bunch of like sound waves that people put together, and then they just make different shit, and then like filters and stuff. Yeah.
Are those at a note? Like when you like a piano has octaves and notes within it, and have like, can you octave?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yoy?
Yeah. I think.
Can you make a yoy and a C versus a G?
You could literally, dude. Virtual Riot made a fucking whole ass song out of literally just piano notes, and he just added drums. Where that was the only thing that was separate. But it was for an Andrew Huang video. 4 producers, 1 sample. The very first one he was on, and he took the piano sample and he like distorted the piano sound so much to make like completely different noises from them. So it is possible.
Yeah, you guys know who Charlie Puth is?
Yeah.
He sampled a silent room. He got the hum of like whatever AC unit was in his house, and then he made an entire song with that.
He was like, the room tone here is so wonderful. This has to be under every track I ever make. It needs to sound like I made it just in this one room.
Yeah.
That's so unique. What a unique choice to get your curated silence over someone else's.
I think he just decided to flex. Like, that was a flex. I can make something out of nothing.
My favorite thing is if there's certain songs out there, I can't tell you what songs. Let me tell you right now, I can't tell you what songs. But there are certain songs out there that the artist took like, I don't know, them saying fuck you to their ex or like a voicemail from someone, and they like fuck with the sound so much that you don't hear it at all in the song, and they've turned it into a pitch instead. You know, like they've turned whatever they said, squeeze that shit down, move. Like at the end of the day, all sound is just waves.
Yeah.
So if you know how to fuck with those waves and put things in the right way to make it so that you can't hear, but they know. They know what it is.
It just makes you realize that all producers are pretty much just nerds. They're all just audio engineering kind of nerds.
That makes
That's
sense.
dope.
Yeah.
One final
Love it.
question.
Yeah.
I know like a backbeat, you know, like a breakdown for like percussions, but like with a backbeat, you're talking about like a very simple backing drum kit. If you were to do like an EDM backbeat, what would that be like?
Depends on the genre.
Yeah.
But the simple probably kick snare on the 1 and the 3, and then but it again depends on the genre. You can have 4 different kicks for house or techno.
Yeah, DMB is like
Yeah.
Okay.
And then house is like,
yeah.
Okay. So it feels like that's how I would be able to know, because I feel like when I hear things, I understand the differences, but
Yeah.
that's kind of the general, like you're listening for the backbeat to first know, oh, I'm listening to like a drum and bass DJ versus a
like
house
drum,
DJ.
I would say
drum
that
patterns,
drum pattern
speed of sound.
Yeah, drum
BPM.
pattern plus BPM
yes.
is generally like the indicator of what genre you're listening to.
Is there any sound that you would never find in something else, like a yoy? Am I never going to find a yoy in house music?
No,
You know
I
what? That's
could be-
actually you
You probably wouldn't.
We live in like a renaissance era of EDM right now, where everyone's just kind of making like little babies of different subgenres.
People are combining
Okay.
shit
To
all
be
the
fair,
time.
that's why there's so many subgenres now. Like for example, one subgenre that's fairly new is a color wonk. That's what I'm calling it, and it's literally color bass and wonky wubs blended together. And like obviously with any new subgenre, it's not the easiest
Color
thing. in the-
bass. What is color bass?
So it's basically color bass is like bass music, but very melodic. It's usually in major
So-
key, and it's very
like the bass is almost the lead now.
No, it's very melodic, kind of video game future sounding.
Okay, so if
it's got
8-bit
like
was modern, kind of.
a lot
but
of like
yeah, twinkling and arpeggios.
That's the melodic part. So like the color part is like basically indicating that it's very melodic and has like kind of like the futuristic hyper sounding like noises. But then the bass part is still like you still have a very like hard hitting bass. Daniel, back me up here. Like,
I'm trying.
we're gonna get copyrighted.
This is on SoundCloud.
No, that song is released on Spotify also.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I only had it on
that
for 2
never
seconds.
happened.
Sorry, what happened?
No, so back me up on the bass part here, and then because you're a bass producer. So
See,
you're not-
I mean, it's so hard to kind of like put what distinguishes different genres now, because at the end of the day, it's all like all of the genres and subgenres are just blanket terms for the same.
That's true.
The same shit.
That's true, and that's why it gets confusing as hell. you
So
know?
we just call it EDM, and then we can just like enjoy the show.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
but then you have everyone else being like, no, this is this. Yeah, the fucking what do they call it? Genre snobs.
No, the genre
Okay.
police.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I got a follow-up.
What the fuck is Twinkle Prog? Anyone know what that is?
Prog is going to be fun. Some prog rock.
Progressive?
Okay.
Is it
Twinkle
like
about
Twinkle
prog rock.
progressive?
Are you thinking the city?
Wait, but prog rock is like a style.
It is.
Oh,
It
prog
is.
rock, like
It is.
progressive rock.
No. Like Prague is in, I think, like
Like the city.
European.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Prague is in what, Hungary or some shit? Who the fuck
I
knows?
think-
don't fucking
I'll say
know.
this.
Who
I'll
gives a
say
shit?
this too. Like, getting down to the subgenre level can be a bit much, but I will say, at least with the differences in genres, because like how you feel listening to house is gonna be different from how you feel listening to say dubstep. You know what I mean?
And you, when you're going to a show of a specific genre, are you dressing different? Like if I'm in
Sometimes.
the audience and I
Yeah.
see people are wearing all black, but they've got like colorful hair, braids, and like a lot of piercings. Am I at a specific show, or
that
is that
sounds like
just
a
like
dubstep
general
show for
people?
sure.
That sounds like dubstep.
That's dubstep.
Probably, but the all black could
Or maybe
also
trap.
be techno.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. it's-
Okay.
But techno is more like all black, like sunglasses, like
They're
very,
very clean and minimal.
Yeah,
very similar to how
European
techno
vibe.
is.
Because
Okay.
techno is pretty big over in Europe.
Okay.
And it's
Here
very
I
minimal
am.
too.
No sleeves on a lot of people. I don't see shirts. I do see bandanas over their faces and a lot of like camelbacks. What type of show am I at?
Mm.
Probably bass music or melodic bass or
That sounds like Coachella.
That sounds like a college party.
Okay.
Yeah, could be too, but I'm just thinking John from Lefty right now. He said the bandana because the
Okay,
bandana thing. Yeah, it depends. Like if we're talking like college style, it's probably like house or like melodic, like the John Summit sets, Dom Dollar sets.
Okay, everyone here, their shirts very long, their shorts very long. I see a lot of like a hand rolled locks and dreads. Maybe we're somewhere with a lot of trees. People seem a little antisocial, but they all seem to be in small groups. Maybe a lot of tents in the background. Where am I? What type of music?
Oh,
Probably a Wook festival.
I was like, are you describing a Wook?
yeah, you're at
Okay.
a Wookiee type festival. Grizz is
Wonky
probably
Wubs.
playing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're hearing a
So
lot
the
of
Wookiee
wow,
Wubs?
wow. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wonky Wubs.
Wonky
Yeah,
Wubs.
yeah.
Okay.
Wook is like that's a word to describe like. Well, I mean, there's an actual definition, but it's a generalized term for someone that's usually listens to that kind of music and is like kind of dirty. He's been camping like at a festival. Probably has like a pashmina with like a bucket hat and like a 50 bajillion sprouts on it,
feeding off
And
of like everyone around,
And they're like
not really contributing to much.
Yeah, and they're like communicating like.
Okay. I got one last question for you. I'm
Yeah.
in Nashville at this EDM festival. People are in hats, boots. It's kind of strange. There's a lot of NOS around me, a lot of laser lights, but also it seems like people have crystals with them. Where is this?
Bonnaroo. You're at Bonnaroo.
I'm at Bonnaroo.
Is this it?
Yeah, you
you're at
just
Bonnaroo.
perfectly described
Okay.
Bonnaroo.
Yeah,
actually,
that's-
now that I think about
Is this
it.
actually based off of like things
No,
you've
I'm just
seen?
imagining where
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'm trying to imagine, like if it was a coloring book.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to fill in. I'm building different
just-
scenes.
I see.
You're
You
doing
almost-
really, really good though.
You almost
Just really-
perfectly described Bonnaroo.
All
Honestly.
right, we did it. Yeah, I think that's generally all the flavors I can come up with off the top of my head.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good. Hey,
Yeah.
solid job. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
well,
Round
thank
of
you for
applause.
teaching me.
Applause.
So wonky wubs.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there,
no.
Actually, I think you would enjoy a Wonky Wub festival.
dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe we listen to some in the bonus and then we see what Noah likes. I think
good
that'll be
idea.
a good opportunity to
Yeah.
kind of get a solid take on maybe.
You know, I
what
think I really
Noah
can
should
fuck
be.
with all of the music. I think I don't like the locations and the people.
Hmm.
That's the truth.
I think.
Well, the last one you went to was Escape, right? Where was that? Where was
yeah.
that at? Was that at
At
the
here.
NOS Center? Was it
probably.
at the
Yeah.
NOS?
Probably.
I think you should give it one last shot. Bring proper ear protection and not go to San Bernardino.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
Well,
I
San
think all of
Bernardino
the-
fucking sucks. Yeah, we all know
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and this is coming from two people who've been going across the country a lot to travel to a lot of these festivals. I have yet to have a bad experience outside of California.
Oh, sick. That's good to know.
Yeah, like NOS just sucks. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. Like, and the thing is, we all go there still because it's just what's offered, and it's the only venue in the SoCal area that can actually house festivals of that size and capacity.
yeah. Mhm.
You know,
Exactly.
we've been to the Queen Mary a few times for other smaller festivals.
Which is a great venue. by
Wait,
the
you're
way.
telling me they got an EDM fest on the Queen Mary?
No, it's not on the. Well, actually, the
I mean-
after
I mean,
parties
it
are on the
is.
Queen
It
Mary.
is.
Bro, I want to be there. I
Okay,
love the
so-
Queen Mary.
So I guess we take him to. I think
he should have gone to
Yes.
Dream State this
That would have
last
been
weekend.
that would have been good. Yeah.
Actually, no, he hates Armin van Buuren.
I
Well,
don't
Armin
hate
didn't
him.
play,
I
so-
hate the speaker system.
You might have
think-
liked Stream State.
I'll say
You
this.
might
I'll
have
say
liked
this
it.
because you did say that that one festival you went to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Then compared to now, two completely different worlds, and a lot of the camping festivals out on the East Coast, or even not even a camping festival, the energies have changed, the people have changed.
I'm not camping on the East Coast. I don't want limes.
That's so valid.
What are these?
They are scented nasal sticks.
Ooh,
from
it
a
looks
company
like something
called
that goes in a
Boom Boom.
nose.
Yep.
They're called
Boom Boom
Booms.
goes in my nose.
Boom
Yeah.
Boom goes in your nose.
Which do you recommend? I've got
The
spearmint,
spearmint's pretty
tropical
good.
mint.
we got a lavender one over there.
Yeah, you wanna try
can
the
you toss that one
lavender-
over?
this
one? Okay.
That one smells.
Thank you.
amazing.
We always like we live and breathe and die by the lavender one because it helps with like anxiety. So like if you're in a crowd, like obviously this maybe not be obvious, but we go to festivals. At festivals, it gets very anxious driven when there's like hundreds of thousands of peoples all around you. Anxiety can happen. Having a boom boom lavender, because lavender has been proven to like help with anxiety, help with stress, etc. So breathing one of these in is nice. Plus, porta potties, they smell like shit, literally, because they're full of shit. So having these actually helps a lot.
Ah, wow.
You like
Yeah,
that?
I like how it smells. Yeah, I don't like shoving things in my nose,
Mm.
so I'm gonna smell it from here.
That's totally fine.
Hey,
And
but
that's
for the
nice.
people that do, These are perfect.
Yeah, so I guess now would be a great time to thank our sponsors, being Boom Boom Nasal Sticks. Obviously, if you haven't by now, which, every episode we go over this. So if you don't have some by now, what are you doing?
Yep.
Like, you should have some.
And we love them very much because they take care of us, especially when we got robbed about this time last year.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Yeah, they did. They when we got robbed, they
Boom Boom were the people who stepped up to help you?
Okay, no. Our audience also stepped up and helped
No, I mean,
us
you told me that company that you work for as well made a donation.
They donated a large sum of money.
sizable amount.
It's yeah.
That's wonderful.
They donated enough of money for us to not need to worry too much, and any extra money that we gained from our audience, we were able to use on a safe, for more protection and security. But they took what could have taken months to recover from to recovering within days.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Shout out to the audience. Shout out to Boom Boom. Working together to get these assholes a safe.
Hell yeah. So if you don't already know, you can go and grab some off of Boom Boom's website and use code I'm Peaking. It will save you some money. Or you can go and grab some off of our TikTok shop. Or if you need it right away, if you need it today, you can go and grab some at a CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, pretty much any convenience store. So go and check them out. Hell yeah. All right. You had a question about camping festivals that I'm really
camping
intrigued.
festivals, to me, they seem super unsanitary, like possibly unhygienic environments. I've camped. I've been at a camping situation.
Yeah.
And it's only due to the grace of there being 7 other well-experienced people. And we combined all our campsites and we set up tarp walls and to keep out the outside world. But when I would peek out, I felt like I was looking at a wasteland. I mean, there were people at all hours of the time.
Where was this?
It was Coachella, but it's there's segments where it's messy. It's that's where the frat kids are, where they are constantly doing cocaine and playing beer pong the whole time. Yeah. Okay, and then at night they'd be doing the same thing, but now there's even more people there, and I'm like, you frat boys, I know you guys are all trying to hook up with people who have just been sweaty in the muddy desert all day. Is that the vibes? I'm kind of an asshole. I know I'm an asshole.
As someone who was in a frat whose frat also did the whole combining, the campsites at Coachella specifically. I can't speak on the hookup part, but I can say that, we did the same thing where they would put they'd have, they would go at 4 a.m, the day before Coachella, just to get a whole row of
that makes sense.
Campsite. Yeah.
Because it seemed like I was in kind of a not normal, but where everyone was kind of with their small groups. Yeah. And then there was another section of the camp that just felt like, it was different.
They'll bring couches and That's what my friend would do. That's what
do you guys live here?
Literally, that's what they would fucking do. It's all pre-planned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel don't get me wrong, there's no wrong or right way to camp, but there are groups of people who are we can make this experience a little bit more comfortable, because you're right. It is gross. It is unsanitary. It's not clean, but you can make the best of the experience,
Yeah, Coachella is also very different from a lot of the more standard camping festivals, which I feel like you guys will have a lot more to comment on because I don't really
Does
have
the
any
standard camping festival as well have they bring in the shower kind of carts and trucks and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's plenty of showers all around. You have every choice. There's no reason not to be able to take a shower. If you don't shower, that is your choice not to. They're accessible. It's extremely accessible. And there's places to wash your hands. There's hand sanitizer. You're well taken care of in terms of hygiene.
But how are the lines usually for those? Because I know at Coachella, the lines for the showers, unless you went at a time where everyone was in the festival, the lines were so long. You'd be waiting in line for an hour to take a shower.
Oh yeah, no, they get pretty bad. If you're going during peak hours, which is 1 p.m. to 3, you're not getting a shower in. You're not getting a shower in until crazy. It's too late.
When I went, it would always be early. 9, 10 a.m. Whenever it would first
you'd have to go that early because otherwise you would be waiting forever.
Also, I didn't want to be. I'm definitely any sort of campsite. It's you got the shower shoes and you got shorts on. Because I don't want to get staph. Staph infection is just so common.
I don't want my bare feet to be on the ground.
Absolutely not.
And midday peak, it's I don't want it. I want the first day after they chemically cleaned it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have my sandals on every time.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. So I feel just because I haven't necessarily experienced a lot of the camping festivals, in my brain, they're all Burning Man, when that's obviously like, because that just seems unsustainable.
That's a different beast.
Because you gotta like bring your water.
That's a full different
Okay,
beast.
Burning Man is like the extreme of all these options. You know, like people don't just go to Burning Man because they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Burning Man this year. No, you go in like years of prep, knowing other people, like having. If you go to Burning Man for your very first camping festival, there's a high probability that you're never gonna go to another one again.
That makes sense.
I will say this as someone who, I was an Eagle Scout, so I camped a lot growing up. I actually.
So you were trained to kill a man in the woods.
Is that really what happened?
His improv skills are not great because he just sat there and just bit his lip.
Well, he can't say yes legally because then we'll have to look for
what
the
do you
body.
mean my improv skills are not
You're
great?
so slow.
I wasn't making a joke.
I know. I just
Yeah, he's being honest.
No, but
can neither confirm nor deny.
As someone who grew up camping, I am all camped out. I do not enjoy camping unless I like went. I think unless it was like with a large group of friends, I could see myself enjoying it because obviously like that I think makes a lot of the experience too.
Mm-hmm.
But the act of camping is just. It's just very inconvenient and annoying to me, and it is. I mean, it is unhygienic to a certain degree. You know, like even if you are taking all the regular precautions of still bathing yourself and everything. As far you made a comment on the hooking up thing,
yeah, because I feel like that's always. I feel like young. If you're like 22 or 21 in your place, I feel like everyone's always trying to just like fuck each other, and I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about like, well, I haven't been to any other camping festivals other than Coachella. And my experience back then was, I was in a relationship back then. And yeah, we did use the tent to, for that. But for everyone else, I can't comment on that. Mm-hmm. But I know it's common. Mm-hmm. Like
at least you knew the person. So like, their stank intimately. Yeah. So like you can be comfortable with that. Right?
I think when it was with us, it was like right after we had showered. So like we were, yes, yeah, we were
okay.
We're not
in the desert,
bro. You know,
yeah. I will say camping was convenient when I went to Coachella for one core reason is you can enter and exit the campgrounds at any time to go get snacks,
and it's like that with all
camping festivals.
Yeah. That's probably the main reason as to why I prefer camping festivals over like a hotel and then having to drive there, because one, you can get fucked up safely. Oh, okay, cool, I don't have to get behind a wheel. I can go in and out wherever. Oh, okay, cool, is it too hot? I'm gonna go and take off some clothes and go back in.
I'm tired, I can go take a quick nap.
I'm gonna go get some food.
Also, let's be honest, dude, I can only tape so much to my nutsack, so like every time I go in and come back, like I gotta re-up my nutsack.
No, it's the safest bet.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing though is that and you know what, granted now like I've had LASIK, that's right, you got LASIK too.
LASIK now,
yeah, so like but if this was pre-LASIK and like I had to worry about taking off my contacts and then I gotta like brush my teeth and then I gotta do all this shit. Like I
wear contacts at a festival, but I make sure that I wash my hands. I make sure that the towel that I am using is a towel that has not been used anywhere else. I am very, very careful with that because I'm so scared of getting either something in my eye or coming. I'm not gonna go back into the festival if I have pink eye. That's just gross.
I change my contacts in the shower. Like after I finish my shower, there's usually a small mirror, or at least for the ones that are like closed off. I take care of all that before I even exit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but camping festivals are inherently really, really dirty. It just depends on how much dirt you can. You can bear.
I'll say camping in general is just really dirty. And I've said this 100 times over now. I don't like camping, but I love camping festivals. The camping part, I'm not a fan of. I'm really not. Like, it's at the end of the day, you are struggling to survive in the outside world in a camp. But the fun of it is, like you said, group of friends. If I went to a camping festival by myself, that's not me. I didn't go. That's literally, I'm not going to go to a camping festival by myself. It's for the fun of going with my friends and then being able to wake up and immediately go into this festival. So it's like kind of like living slightly a little bit of a different energy and a different life or routine, if you want to call it that. And that's enjoyable, like now Coachella, I've now gone to once, and I will say that is the most miserable camping experience I've ever had, purely because of the heat.
Oh, see, I kind of like being in the heat if I'm outside versus the cold in any way, but that's just because I don't survive in the cold. I die.
Yeah. Wait, you went to Coachella. This was 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year. I believe
Okay.
2015.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, it depends like year to year, but like there were some years where, because I camped Coachella 3 years in a row. And then I think
You can tell the difference of
and
like
then the fourth-
attendance.
and then the fourth year we got an Airbnb and I stayed in the Airbnb. But the 3 years that I went, like there were some years where it would be like hot during the day and then super cold at night. So you'd wake up and your throat would be like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you wake up and it's nice and sore. Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, but aside from that though, I mean, the Coachella camping experience I feel like is pretty manageable. Like I would say that's better than like just your standard camping.
Yeah,
I would say, but that's just my opinion.
I'll give you that.
I'm happy to know that like in all of your guys' experiences, it's at least still common knowledge that like everyone showers, everyone uses the sanitation that's available.
I don't know about everyone, but
Oh man,
Not
There's a
everybody.
good 20% of people that are not
And
using
you
it,
can
for
usually
sure.
tell. You can usually tell.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. When I was at Coachella, you could tell. You just move in the crowd a little.
you think it's bad there. I would imagine it's probably worse at like some of the like full-on camping festivals for the other festivals. Coachella's a little more. I feel like the
A little
crowd
more
is
polished.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
more polished because the
Everyone
crowd
is
bringing
employed
in.
who's here, except for like me.
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I will. I've told this story before, but it was at Lost Lands. But we experienced a real wook. Like, let's be real. We kind of glorify what a wook is. Like,
Yeah, it feels like we're talking about a Bigfoot picture.
but we met an actual wook. Like this dude kind of just showed up at our camp and sat in a chair without permission and just wouldn't leave. And then he was like asking to use people's things. And we were being nice at first because like this dude just needs some help. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Next thing, like now we're getting kind of uncomfortable because we don't really want him there. Like,
He's like, hey, can I sleep on your guys' inflatable couch?
yeah.
We have,
Oh, that's real?
Yeah.
No, it's a real it's some real shit.
Oh, my God.
We told him no, like we're not like we're super comfortable with it, and he leaves, and there's nowhere for him to sit. As soon as Daniel stands up to go use the bathroom, he just kind of fucking appears from a different angle, like he was waiting for a spot to open up, and he's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and sit here, and he does. That's exactly what he does. He just sits into one of the chairs, and we're like, what the fuck is going on?
I love being nice to people. I love truly like trying to be accepting and helpful, and I really do like giving to people. That guy
Waiting
is
to
like
set up here.
he's gonna kill you.
Oh, dude, no, we got really.
That's a serial killer.
We straight up told him like, yo, we're gonna go back into the festival and we're not comfortable with you staying here. So we had him leave with us, and he was like, yeah, that's cool. And we told security for that camping area as we were walking, like, yo, he has no wrist. We noticed it too. No wristband, no camp band, no nothing. And we were just like, he made us really uncomfortable. And you know, there's a bunch of girls in our campsite as well. So it's just like they're feeling uncomfortable. We're feeling uncomfortable. It doesn't feel safe, and security took care of it.
Yeah,
Good.
That makes sense.
Yep. But meeting a real wook is a completely different story from like because we joke about being wooks all the time that like, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm like, that dude was, oh my God.
Yeah. So there's a lot of those at the real camping festivals, not the Coachellas.
Yeah, the ones in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit. So something I wanted to talk about, just because, you know, I did get to go to Dream State this last weekend. And for those of you guys who don't know, Dream State is a festival in SoCal at the Queen Mary venue. And it's like a lot of trance, a lot of techno, stuff
Was
like
it techno
that.
heavy this year?
No, they had like a techno stage. There was some, they put a little bit of hard techno, but most of it's like melodic techno, but very, very heavy trance.
Yeah. I
deep
mean, it is
house,
a trance
like,
festival at the end of the day.
Yeah. I did notice that at Dream State, no fights, very plur. And I will say, I do think that, you know, a lot of that is probably because the demographic is older. But I do feel like it kind of goes to show that, you know, because we've seen a lot of fights this year, you know, at a lot of festivals, and not even all just in SoCal. I've seen a lot happening in other festivals across the states as well. But, you know, it begs the question, I guess, to me of like, you know, is it just like a demographic thing? You know, like who are the groups of people who are actually not plur?
Can I ask, of the fights that you guys have witnessed, are they like one person fighting another person? Do they seem like coordinated
It's
jumping?
like some of them are against security. Some of them are
Like, 6 people can just like pick someone and just beat them up really quick and run away.
That's true.
I mean,
Like,
that
if
does
you've
happen
seen someone
too.
get jumped, it's really violent and really
that does
frightening.
happen like with pickpockets. If they get caught, people will like literally do that, which I'm
From what
Or
deserved.
like drug deals.
From what I've seen, at least
Sorry.
like in the videos that I've seen recently with a lot of the festivals, it's usually like 1 or 2 people fighting each other, or multiple people. Like there was one case where it was like 1 or 2 people fighting each other, but then their friends jumped in, and you could totally tell it was like everyone was. It was the main 2, and then everybody else just kind of like
a
causing
guy
more problems.
punched his girlfriend at Hard Summer.
Okay, that's just like
Yeah.
that's just a criminal act.
Yeah. We talked to the security guard who
Who stopped that whole thing?
Yeah, stopped that whole thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I would say, because, okay, one thing I think that's like an underlying, like you know, like it's prevalent in each case. Drinking.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
Dude,
It's
in the
always
heat,
alcohol.
no water, alcohol.
Yes.
Young kids bumping into each
And
other.
I've had this conversation with older people, because the gym that I go to has a lot of like older ravers that go there, right? And I talked to some of them, and I was talking to one of them, and we were talking about all the fights that have been happening, right? And what the cause could be. And he was just like, like back in my day, like everyone's like doing Molly and shit, and everyone's like happy, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a
That's true.
truly aggressive person rolling.
Yeah.
yeah.
Think
And
about
so it's like I feel like a lot more people are drinking coming to the festivals, and I'm noticing too that a lot of this demographic, I mean, obviously we can say that a lot of it, at least in our perception or my perception, did kind of come from like the house side of the scene, because I do notice that a lot of those festivals tend to be where the most fights happen. But then you have festivals like Escape that are multi-genred, right? And they have a house stage and whatever, and those are also bringing in the same crowd coming to these events. And so now you're mixing in maybe the people who are not drinking or are doing substances or sober, not doing anything, and they're having a great time. They're not causing any problems. And then you bring these other people who are causing the problems, and then it's bringing this reputation of like, oh, well, now all the festivals are like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's really difficult to police, I imagine, because I don't think anyone who has a liquor license and is legally selling alcohol, even at a festival, and the servers are trained on how to cut someone off. So to me, it seems apparent that people are obviously either drinking heavily before they enter, or they're getting past security prior.
Yes.
Because even though alcohol is sold there, I don't even know how anyone could get that messed up when every beer is $18. You can't buy just a fifth of vodka.
Well, what's crazy is alcohol is also getting really strong too. And I'll say some of these, like, I'm not gonna put any names because I just don't want to put any names, but there's certain like seltzers and not
I think
beer.
the hard alcohol cutoff is, I think you can only go to like 11 to 13%. I think at 15, then it's like wine. It might be something else.
Yeah.
I don't know all the laws, but I've been at bars that don't sell hard alcohol. And the hardest thing they had was at a 15%. And that was a wine, and then anything that was canned, I think the highest I saw was 13, but that's only one experience.
Well, they do have hard alcohol at the festivals.
They do?
And you can get a double you can buy a double shot, but it's
Yeah.
like it's
$36 bucks.
Like 36
And so I guess in that sense, I can if we're talking from that perspective, I can see maybe a reason why they make it so high.
Yeah, because you'd have to spend $75.
Exactly.
And even then, you're not getting blackout drunk if you're
but then also that is causing more people to do all the drinking on the front end.
You're right.
And then come in that way.
Yep.
And if you're on other drugs as well, mixing alcohol is just never a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I will say it too. It's just like it's just demographic is a big part of it too. I feel like because I think about 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, people who who can't even drink yet, but they'll get fucked up before they go in because they can't buy a drink, or you go to a festival like Dream State where everyone's generally in their 30s, like it is an older crowd
30s
festival,
and up, yeah.
30s and up. They can spend the money on a couple of drinks, or they're just chilling. They're like, I'm not trying to get fucked up. I want to be here and enjoy myself.
Or even some of the people that I did see that were fucked up, like they're not causing any problems.
I say it every single time, but I think it's it's not the people that are actually like, you know, like in tune and in our community that are starting these fights. A lot of that times it's locals, you know, like for Hard Summer, it's not, I guess it wasn't necessarily a fight, but a bunch of those kids kind of jumping over the fence and then one of them getting hit with a chair by security.
Oh, back in like
pretty
last
sure
year or
that
something.
you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, well, no, that just reminded me of something I saw also going into Dream State. But yeah,
but I mean, yeah, local people, local attendees that are not a part of the festival culture, that don't have the mannerisms as our community, are more prone to start those fights and or get equally as fucked up in order to start fights.
Yeah. And alcohol. Like I'm still a firm believer of that too. It's also just alcohol.
Sure.
Because you correct me if I'm wrong. I'll double check it. But Shambhala is a no alcohol. It's a dry festival.
Mm-hmm.
There's no alcohol allowed there.
But you can do like other stuff.
And I have not heard about any like fights or any issues.
I mean, look, fights happen
at
at bars. I've never gone to buy weed and seen a fight happen as I'm entering. So, I mean, I think we all understand alcohol is usually the culprit of most
That's very true.
You know,
that's a good point.
intoxicated events.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that, like, I mean, obviously we don't have a solution for this. We've joked about doing like plur seminars or whatever. I mean, if there was a way to, like, I guess, control the amount of consumption, or at least express to people effectively, like, the importance of managing how much you're consuming, obviously that would help. But I don't see a logical way to do that. I mean, at the moment, but
at the same time, it's also a combination of like bartenders not really giving a fuck because they are not paid enough. Because I'll even say, when I used to bartend for Insomniac, I would see other bartenders overpour all the time because they're trying to get that one customer to come back 7 times. And I've definitely had
that was back in like
2019, 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or 2019, 2019, 2020, and then 2021 for a little bit. But yeah, no, I remember people would overpour all the time. And I've definitely had overly drunk customers, and I'd be like, hey, how about you drink some water first and then come back? But there's definitely people who don't do that. They'll just be like, here's your drink, and they'll water it down, but they'll still give them some alcohol, and that's the problem. Like, if they're already over their limit, you can't give them alcohol, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah. I think there's definitely, stuff to go around. And I also know for each kind of vendor that's at the venues, even, the paramedics and the security, they're all third-party businesses or local, small, independent contractors that then are brought together into kind of a web to create the safest possible version of the event. But it still is above them. It's the event organizers at the end of the day that are kind of in charge of the culture of the event, and whether or not anything happens, even if someone did overpour, you approved for that business to be there to do that.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm not necessarily super deep in the community, but I always grew up knowing what plur was and seeing it in the few times I've been around. And obviously, even before I knew you, just kind of the whole sharing candy and all these things that I was never deep into, but I understood the intent of it. And I can see now it kind of being a little bit more, a bad word is fratty. I don't mean to give that negative context because it's not meant negative, but it's like there's groups of like 30 young boys that just don't care.
I think it's just the not caring. It's the not caring, right? It's like it's like an ignorance of sorts. Yeah,
but they show up thinking that's a place that behavior is supposed to happen. Like everything is Vegas, like everything is, this is the party already.
Yeah,
but it's not. You're at an event for you and your group. It's not a house party, and it's your house.
And those people are just honestly, like, those people are just not properly educated, like, on the culture. Because like, I will say this, like, I was introduced to like raving and festivals actually pretty much through my frat, but they all knew what like plur was, especially the older guys who like kind of brought me in, right?
Yeah.
And so I was able to have like that experience of knowing, and like I've said this a couple times on the podcast, but like the first time I ever did any substances at all or anything, the guy who basically provided for me or whatever also my frat, super old guy, like was about to graduate, gave me like vitamins, gave me like melatonin, like
See,
he gave me
that's
like
dope.
a full like like he actually
I want to take
cared,
back and
you know?
apologize. I didn't mean frat, but I say
Oh,
it.
no,
and it's
yeah, no, but I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
though.
there
Yeah.
is real community and like friendship that happens at these events,
Sure,
and then
yeah.
those groups are like those are your friends that you spend your youth with, going
Yep,
on real
Yep.
experiences. It
I
just
think-
sucks for that to be ruined because someone wants to try to fight one of your friends, and now all of a sudden everyone has like brain damage for no reason.
I feel like it's also just like Devin said, those people are probably uneducated about our community, and I think there's like this unsaid rule to an extent of like, okay, you know how the festival community has this like unsaid, unspoken about drug underbelly. Like we all know there's drugs happening and we just kind of don't talk about it. And now Plur has kind of gone in that direction as well. We just don't talk about it even though it's there, and we kind of forget. Someone taught it to me. That means I need to teach it to somebody else, or how the fuck else are they gonna know? Because from the outside view, it does just look like a party. And hell, when I started raving, it did look like a party, but then I got taught what the core values is underneath it. Like I'm gonna go and enjoy myself, party, get fucked up, what have you, but the core underneath all of it is Plur, right? These people coming in just to party don't have that. They don't have that
they
core
just
under.
don't know.
That's
Yeah.
strange to think, because I always heard Plur and like obviously peace, love, unity, respect, but it's strange that there actually is like a tenet or almost like a coat of arms, or like a what is it? Commandments. There we go.
Yeah,
it's like you
it's-
guys got commandments that everyone agreed to, and as that isn't talked about openly as much or promoted, something replaces it, and that is just the general party,
Yep, exactly.
which is
Yeah.
still fun.
Like
But obviously, I can understand why it sometimes
That's
turns
why it's
sour.
so important, though. You know?
Yeah, instead of you scrolling on social media and seeing, getting educated on what Plur is, or just being an overall good person, you're getting people recording fights or just
Yeah.
recording the party part. Which, hot take or no, phones should be banned from festivals.
Hot take, but I'm
Hot
down.
take, definitely
Not
hot
my
take.
I'll be clear, not my hot take, but hot take or no, yeah, it's
I agree and disagree. I think being allowed to just record anyone without their permission should not be allowed. But
I would say phones are the reason why, like nightlife, like clubbing, and why everything's kind of getting into this bad, because no one feels safe anymore. No one feels safe to
Yeah.
just do what they want, because they're afraid of getting recorded by some random person and then
Yeah.
getting outed online.
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's why I personally can't say no phones at like say festivals, because for safety purposes,
Yeah.
and
You have
being
to
able-
have. Yeah. You
sure.
have to have them.
And like things are, dude, everything is fucking no cash now, so you have to pay with a card or your phone. So like everything's built to make it so that you actually need to have your phone on you. Now I recognize keeping your phone put away so that you're not recording other people. I do agree with that. Not necessarily banning phones, but maybe like phoneless, or going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Like,
so I've heard of events that are popping up in LA where it's a phoneless event. You can go Uber to the place, they have you put your phone in an envelope.
yeah.
And I've heard people say that like that event was probably one of the best events that they've been to.
But also, those are like single small intimate events where I feel like it's possible to do those. I know that they have like clubs and stuff in Europe, from what I've heard, where they do implement that, and you're not allowed to either have your phone, or you got to do the sticker over your camera or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you can't record or whatever. So I know it exists, but to have no phones on a large scale at like a festival would be incredibly difficult to pull off, although I can see why people would want that, or why it would be beneficial to do.
Absolutely. I think we are now too far gone. There's no way that there's a festival that will
You can't reverse
have-
it now.
Yeah.
Like we're already too deep in this shit.
So how do we mitigate that? How do we get to a point where people are no longer afraid to, be themselves at an event like that without being recorded?
Yeah, I mean, well,
I don't think it's possible anymore, to be honest with you. I've thought about this a lot.
I've got two pitches. The first pitch is you made me realize that for almost all of time, anyone's personal device to take a picture or video, even professional cameras, they have to have a red light that shows you that it's recording. Like phones now create a way where you can record without even
knowing,
any visual indicator.
And now they even have fucking glasses that do that.
And and so there has to be a regulation that, unless these companies do it themselves, that we would implement, probably just in California, because how would you get everyone to vote on it, that says that you do need some sort of visual indicator, so someone could, within reason, let's say within 50 feet, whatever would be within sight of this device, would be able to visually see that there's a red light for it to be on, but also maybe a blue light for it to be in cameraless mode. So therefore, you could just make the choice, and you could put in a social pressure that says, hey, at this event, we would like you to go cameraless, and we'll know if it's not because you have the different colored light from everyone else in the audience. Would probably be the best solution. But that, again, is so difficult to implement and requires the onus on these companies to redesign already a physical device.
I see where you're coming from, though, because in Japan, the phones that they make in Japan do not, they when you take a picture, it makes a sound. You can't turn it off. Yeah.
Oh,
and
to stop like train upskirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have it so that, granted, it would, again, be a lot to implement probably, but you could have different devices that could be, compatible is not the right word, allowed basically into the festival. So if you have this type of phone which is not capable of recording or whatever, then you can bring that into the festival. A regular phone you wouldn't be able to, though. But again, I can see then we're talking, okay, people have to get another device, and so, but that could be a way to go about it.
But
too.
I mean, at this point, you also can build an entire extra underlying economy by implementing proper regulations, and that would be, okay, if you can't do phone videos, maybe you can rent for $5 a day. Here's a disposable camera that you'll return, and we will send you the pictures on email that way. Or guess what? We don't allow it at this venue, but we have 7 high quality cameras that are capturing the whole show. We've got 3 people roaming in the audience. If you want to be on camera, go towards the front. If you don't, go towards the back. And now everyone has clips that they can post on social media. You can rewatch it.
Yeah.
You know, you can still, you have to provide alternative if you want it to go away, or else you're just
They could also have security that could just be like, hey, if you get caught recording in the crowd, then like they're getting booted.
I feel like the one aspect out of all this, unfortunately, that disregards all of it is people want to have their own personal experiences. You know, they want to record their own personal experience. You know,
us as creators, it's kind of impossible for us.
That's our job. Yeah, that's like our job. So
I mean,
do you think it's viable for a festival to say, like, in every crowd, we've got the left 15%. If you want to create content or film, you can be here. Everywhere else, you cannot.
No, there's no way they'd be able to implement that, because now we got to get into the mindset of, all right, what does content look like? What is content?
Content looks like, I see your phone, I see a light.
True, but what if you're on the right side, you're with your entire group of friends, there happens to be a moment where you just want to take a quick picture, your favorite song goes on, do we need to now move our entire group all the way over to the left side?
It ruins the experience for the average user, but also what ruins the experience for the average user is these cases.
Yeah, but that's where
there's no way to really solve it.
That's where it gets into the whole, like, recording other people is the problem at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I think the answer is that I, as someone who doesn't want to be recorded or be disturbed, will no longer go to the live event and will only consume the content that I see when it's being live streamed, like Coachella now. I don't want to go in a crowd of 300,000 people all recording stuff and bumping into me.
That's a whole issue
not even
in
the
itself,
bumping into me, but
there's a whole bunch of like YouTubers and
so
TikTokers
it's just not for me.
Talking about how like the clubbing economy, or whatever the fuck economy it's called, is going down because of that very thing. Nobody wants to go out because drinks are $20+ and you don't even get all that drunk anymore. And now anywhere you go, whether it's a club, an event, a festival, what have you, you can't just let loose like you used to. Like once upon a time, my parents, let's just say hypothetically, they did go to bars. They don't went to bars. They could go get fucked up with their friends and then go home and no one would ever know. But now, if I go get fucked up, let's just say I'm working at a hospital. Like one of our buddies, actually, he works at a hospital. Every time we go to a festival with him or show or what have you, or even when we're with him, he might smoke some weed, what have you. If I'm doing a random story post and he happens to be, he's like, hey, can you delete that? Like, I'll get fired.
I would do that as an actor. Again, it's not even that like you caught me doing something bad. I don't want you to have footage that implies that I was not even like it, that it's with you, but that you might be doing something. And I don't want people to then look into you and then assume that I was doing the same behavior just because I was even seen in the same shot, let alone if I actually know these people or not, and they're just taking a picture in a crowd. It's nerve wracking. And then I don't want to be there. Interesting. So yeah, it sounds like we're all kind of fucked, and they get to win, right?
I think that's
It's the way it is.
I think that's why the way that I go about it now, like obviously like I'm not going to pretend that I don't partake in the occasional substance here and there. Like I just try to be mindful about who sees it and what I'm taking, and also being very clear about substance abuse, what that looks like, what it is, harm reduction, because like I recognize if I am going to be a part of any kind of culture that has that, then I better be providing the proper information about how to do these things safely.
Yeah, at least be aware of what's occurring. And on top of that, don't ever be caught holding the bag. Don't hold the bag, and definitely don't be selling that bag.
Nope, never.
Emphasis on selling.
Emphasis on
Don't
selling.
be selling.
That's how you go to prison forever. But don't even be holding the amount that could look like selling.
True.
Yeah.
Don't even store your
I
things
want
in a
that.
lot of little bags, dude.
I want that on a poster.
Yeah.
Like a live, laugh, love of sorts.
Yeah, don't hold the bag.
Don't hold it, don't look at it, don't sell it. So I saw some videos and like I don't know how I feel about it still, but how do you guys feel about the fact that those religious protesters are now going into the festivals?
What do you mean?
Are you talking about
They're going in?
Okay,
Going in.
I think I know
They're
what.
buying tickets and they're going.
So I
into
think
the
I know what
festival.
I think I know what video you're talking about, but yeah. So we all know that there's religious protesters outside of most festivals, shouting at people on a microphone to or a megaphone
repent,
to repent
you're going to
and
hell,
to
your
not
clothing
go
is like,
into the festival.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there have been some that have been going into the festival. I guess have they? Buying tickets.
I don't know too much
And-
about it. I don't know if there's sightings, but there's a dude who actually posts
Yes.
on TikTok of his like I don't know if it's a clout chase thing or if he's actually trying to like save people for Jesus.
He's
but
got
like,
he's got like 75,000 followers. So
It's
like
working.
he's actually going in there and he's having someone record him trying to help people who are dressed like they're gonna go to hell to leave the
Dressed like they're gonna go to hell.
Wait,
I
what does
love
that mean?
Dude,
So the
devil
one video-
horns.
So, the
little
one
tiny
video-
pitchfork.
The one video I saw is this dude. He was shirtless and he had a chain around his neck. So it was like definitely like some like BDSM kind of like energy or look to him. And he was like, they prayed together. I saw the video very quickly. They prayed together. The other guy was religious. There's nothing wrong with that. But then he was like, I'm going to give you the biggest test that God could ever give you. Leave the festival right now.
And he didn't leave.
And of course he didn't leave.
Yeah.
He already paid like how much money to be there. And at the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah, so I think the like moral issue that was brought up was that because I think I remember seeing the video of another creator who was bringing this whole situation up, and the question that was posed was, all right, well, do we like why are we allowing these people into the festival? Like how come I think it was Insomniac because it was like EDC Orlando. Like how come Insomniac is not like, should Insomniac be letting them into the festival, right? And I think that this is a very interesting situation because it's like we talk about this all the time. We're supposed to be this community of acceptance, right? But that gets challenged, obviously, when you have people who are directly against the culture because maybe they're either uneducated or they're so ingrained in their own culture that they're trying to protrude onto other people that they're just straight up ignorant about what they're in at the moment, right? And so I'd say that if you have these people coming in and they're not shouting at people and they're not like disrupting other people's experience, I think it's fine. But if they're going up to people and they're like, like it's like cult behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
where
would you
they're
say
like,
that was inherently, disrupting that person's time?
well,
Yeah,
that's the thing is
'Cause-
I don't know how they're going about this.
well,
So
based on the video that I've seen,
Yeah.
like specifically from that guy, it sounds like, I would say it's disrupting because there was a word that vulnerable, trying to project or push your religious beliefs or even
You
your
can say
personal
pray.
trying to get
prey
someone,
upon a vulnerable
trying
person.
to prey upon someone during a vulnerable state is just not fucking cool. Because I'll say this, to take it a step back away from the festival thought process is in college, in
was a good
universities. There's a bunch of those protesters who would go to universities. I went to UC Davis, and there was one inside of the MU, which is like the outside area, and they would constantly be like shouting and yelling disgusting things. And I went to have a conversation with the one in the back just to see. I was curious what the fuck, like why he just stands there and lets it happen. It's like a ritual, or like a they're not allowed to speak until it's their turn to shout these things. And I'm realizing, like, you know, it's all like a brainwash system, and they're waiting outside of classes. They're waiting for these students who have no choice but to be there to come and listen to them. And in the same way of like being at a festival, some people are on drugs, some people are drunk, some people are just, you know, open to whatever anyone is going to say, because it's a very open and like lovey-dovey culture. And then you have someone yelling at you about how ugly you look and how you're going to go to hell for having a little bit more skin than the average person revealed. And then now people are feeling uncomfortable.
Well, I feel like this perspective is very interesting, because it's like, to a certain degree, I also feel like people obviously have their own autonomy. You know, they're going to do what they want to do. Most of the people who are going into the festivals who hear the religious protesters, myself included, we just ignore them. Like, we just flat out ignore them. We're not paying any attention to them. I'm not listening really to what they're saying. I just hear shouting, and sometimes it's
honestly really sad when you see them, because you know no one's getting recruited. Like, if I worked in sales and I didn't make one sale, at what point would I give up?
But that's the thing is, apparently, because when I went to look at this guy's account, like him and his squad, I guess, Christian squad, they like got into EDC Orlando.
Him and his tabernacle.
Yeah, exactly. They got into EDC Orlando, and they apparently were able to recruit some people. And here's the thing, right? Like, if you are a person at the festival and that is what's speaking to you in that moment, you come up to these people and you want to know like more about what's going on, right? And you end up resonating with that. Like, that's your choice. Like, that's your autonomy. Like, and yeah, I don't think that you should be, you know, necessarily encouraging people who paid, you know, a certain amount of money to be there to leave and essentially waste their money.
Yeah.
But like, at the same time, like, why are we like policing that? Like, I feel like that's up to your own autonomy to like be able to make that decision. You're an adult, you can decide for yourself. Now, I do understand to a degree also what you guys are saying about, you know, preying upon those people, right, when they're in a vulnerable state. But that's also the thing too, I feel like, is like, I can see how that's an issue, but like I don't know, like, there are people who are standing outside of the festivals handing out flyers for the next one, right? I know it's not the same thing, but like,
I mean, it's technically still soliciting, but again, it should occur. I'm not at these places, but it should occur outside. If you're soliciting internally, even if it's just conversations that someone did not approach you about or consent to, or they didn't walk their ass to the church tent, because if you really wanted to convert people, just spend whatever money it is for you to have your church tent next to the medical tent. Because who knows, maybe if people are going crazy and are having a bad trip, maybe being in the church tent would help them, because they already are religious. You don't need to go out and find people.
And so this is where my perspective kind of diverges, is because I'll give you an example. Like the carts that sell the hot dogs outside the festivals, right? They're not allowed in the festivals, right? I mean, obviously they don't have a wristband, right? But like, if there's one that gets into the festival, they're going to kick them out because they're in there doing business that wasn't worked out with the festival providers or the entire company that set up the festival, right? It should operate as kind of the same thing for these people, because they are they're not selling a product, but they are recruiting people for like essentially an organization of sorts. Right. And so if you're going to do that, I feel like there should be like a approval, like,
but let's be honest,
system in place there.
Let's be honest, they're not going to get pre-approved, assuming that they say the same things that they say outside the festival. They're not going to get pre-approved. Yeah. And based on the one video I saw and the part that I clearly remember, they were asking the attendees to leave. I don't think they're going to get pre-approved for having any of them in there if the people is trying to get them to not like the festival they are currently at and to see it as the devil's work, and you need to leave. You know?
I think the solution lies in the power that the consumer has at this festival, that if you do not think that should be occurring, there should be clearly stated a no soliciting rule. And if there isn't one at the festival or on your ticket, you should advocate for it through whatever channels you can with the festival provider. If you are religious and you think that there are people that could be saved or preached to, or you would like to be there as a resource on the actual campus, you should contact your local church that does not pay taxes. You can take your tax-free money and you can go buy a booth and you can sit there and you can hand out Bibles from your specific booth. Now, you cannot do that without the booth, without the pre-approval. At that point, you are soliciting, you are taking advantage of people, you're scaring people, you're freaking people out. If I was on drugs or just even having a good time and someone tapped on my shoulder and was like, have you thought about Jesus today? I would freak the fuck out. You don't know me. I'm not religious. Yeah. I'm half Jewish. Are you talking to me about Jesus because you think you identified me as half Jewish? Like, that scares me as like a not specifically looking Christian white person. Imagine if you're there and you're Muslim, or you're there and fucking whatever the fuck. You think you're being targeted now because someone's coming to you and talking about like some really intense shit, and you're just at a festival. Yeah. It's kind of weird.
And I saw just a thought. There's a reason no one brings anything politics into there too. You don't bring intense conversation like that. You don't bring like hospital recruiters trying to like get people
are there to have fun.
Military recruiters.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're not getting Marines here, even though everyone can do push-ups and shit.
That's very fair. That's very fair. And I will say, I saw some comments on this guy's post. One of the posts that he made that went viral. One of the reels where he was talking about how many people
was producing the religious content.
Because he was talking about how many people he was able to recruit and save. You know, and so. Like I saw some of the top comments on there were just like, hey man, like I consider myself a religious person. I still go to church, all that stuff, but I also love electronic music. I also love going to these events.
You're
and
right.
Stuff.
He's assuming everyone there needs to be saved.
Yeah. It's like, I go to enjoy it. And then they even said at the end, and I'm like, and I'm going to be honest, I've experienced a lot more acceptance and just overall people being nice to me at these events than when I go to church. Which is valid. Like it's
that's
so valid.
Super valid.
You know? So I mean, and so again, that's why I'm saying I think in terms of them, it boils down to like the ignorance.
Yeah, it is an
they're not
take.
educated at all. So I mean, maybe them buying a ticket and seeing, I don't know, maybe they're just so far gone they're not going to change their ways.
No, you know what's crazy is
I see your point though.
I think the vast majority of why they spout the nonsense that they spout is just because of the way people dress at festivals. Literally, that's it. They see that as sinning, because you
care about the optics of it, man.
They literally care about because think about it. There's how many other festivals out there where people don't dress like that, and you don't see a single protester.
Yeah, well,
look, it's neither here nor there, but one of the largest pedophilic rings ever discovered in the United States was through the churches through Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So all I'm gonna say is maybe how you dress doesn't mean that you're the one who needs saving.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Bringing you back to first grade, guys.
Or don't judge a book by its book cover.
We're at the end of the episode, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude us here because we've been over time for a little while, but we are going to go hop on over to a bonus episode. First off, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us and talking shit. And
thanks, Noah. You gave us a really positive experience.
Anyways, like I said, we are out of time, so we're gonna go hop over to the Patreon now. If you didn't already know, we do have a Patreon where we do bonus content. We listen to music
where we can talk about more polarizing things.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, you said that was pretty good. That was good.
That was pretty good.
So yeah, we're gonna go listen to some music over there. I'm actually very interested to see what kind of electronic music Noah gravitates towards the most. So we're all gonna play some stuff to see what Noah likes. But anyways, you can go and see that over there. We also have priority Q&A over there, exclusive playlists, all that stuff. It's the best way to support us. So definitely go and check that out. But even if you don't support the Patreon,
we still love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much again for having me, guys. And we'll get
where can people find you?
Or all three of you on our podcast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'd love
Double Take Podcast just recently started out. Tony back there. Tony's the man connecting all of this thread together. But yeah, check out the Double Take Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. And apart from that, just Noah Grossman online.
Funny as hell, by the way. Definitely go and check it out. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
And yeah, we would love to, if there's an episode we can do as well, we'd love to make an appearance.
Yeah, we'll have you guys in.
That'd be so much fun.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, Nand, you usually do this part, so.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bear with me now. My brain's
God damn
all over the place. Go ahead and smash that notification bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Who'd you like to see on the podcast next? And as you guys know, we are expanding to doing more than just music artists. So if there's creators that you would like to have on this podcast, please let us know. I think it'll be really, really fun, and we'll see you in the
bonus episode.
See ya.
Hey, wobble wobble.
Hey.
Pew pew pew.